like
Exactly.
Dude, even watching,
this is just
even watching Essence of Thought would have been better. Like,
Yes.
this is what blew their
oh
friendship.
hell
So
yeah.
many people are like obsessed with
This
this
is just
bitch
weird,
and
okay.
like are read up on her that you could have just asked.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, Lily's a manipulative piece of shit, sure. But I don't think these logs, sending these logs to
Hold on, we're
Lio
so back. I gotta post
are
this link
enough
in
to
chat
go
here again.
after Lily? Does anyone disagree with me here?
Like if his
Say with the 5, I
investigative
have a
skills
question.
are
Why
like
did Brett
that
wait until
good
after
or
the
whatever,
friendship ended to try and bring
supposedly,
this public?
and you didn't take the time to like look into this at all, I'm wondering if that was just a fluke. Or if that was incorrect and he doesn't actually have that talent.
Yeah, we're back, kittens.
Okay.
We're back. I'm
Good
so sorry. My
question.
motherboard shorted out, and I guess my chat box is also shorting out.
Many people have been covering.
Do we want Barbie here?
And why was the Stockholm?
I do want Barbie
cut
here.
out of the
here's
original
the
blog
issue.
post?
Daddy?
Here's the issue.
Thank you for subscribing, Lulu. I love you.
Oh hell yeah.
Dude, this call got fucking asked about because it was Lio swept for Lily Orchard and didn't go after her, and like, so sure, we went and looked at it, and those are the logs. I mean, we've still got like a fucking hour left of this call to go through. Are you sticking around for the rest of this call?
We're so back.
Which one is Barbie saying? No,
Yeah,
no.
sure, why not? I'm using this as an excuse to avoid helping.
Trying to let her know.
The fucking show.
Yeah, the Stockholm part was cut out because everyone and their dad was dismissing it as just fiction. Yeah, it's because they're
they were
fucking
like, "Oh,
idiots.
you should come over and help." And I'm
Is
like,
it Chicken
"Am I
Nugget
paid?"
Barbie? That's the
And there was a
one?
no. There was
Yeah,
a
we need Barbie in
here.
I was like, I already spent
Barbie,
too
where
much
are you? I
time
need
Okay.
you.
with You fucks, I'm over this shit.
Barbie, get in here,
Bro,
crash out with
Doxing
us.
the prize, going down the stupid Lily Orchard rabbit hole that spirals.
I will post
out.
another invite to my
I mean,
Discord
again,
server. Hold on.
From our perspective, for like me and Chris, I've covered Lily in the past, but at the moment
I have not.
it's done.
Do you
to
want to
some
know
extent,
why
like,
I
June's-
haven't?
June's
This is
done the video.
insane.
I don't know
Yes.
what else is meant to be done from that perspective. Again, I say this with the Psy shit. I don't know why people care about Psy making like a video or not making a video.
We're back,
without
kittens.
Courtney P. It seems fucking gay as fuck to go to Psy over this stuff. I've said this from the beginning.
I can't believe it. We almost broke the 8-hour mark, and I'm so mad that my computer crashed before we did.
Like it said, the videos have already been done.
We could have
I think
had
we did break
8
the
hours
8-hour
and
mark.
8 minutes
This
and
is like
so mad that I keep
16
telling
seconds
you
because
guys
then it
from
would be
people.
booby.
Like the
Yes.
Lily Orchard community, yes, Lily's a pedophile.
Yeah, we
freak,
hit the
all this
8-hour
other shit,
mark.
right?
16
So they can have that
It's so
fun,
sad.
but they need to stop pretending that there's more that they could do. It's like
Yeah,
the
we hit the
DSP
8-hour
detractor
mark.
channels or LTG detractor channels.
Oh
where they
god, my
keep trying
stream
to
is
do shit, but
echoing.
it
I'm so
doesn't
sorry.
change anything. It's just a repeat of the same fucking talking points over and over
Okay,
and
okay.
over and over
First
and
of
over
all-
and over and over again.
First of all, at
Everyone
this
already
point,
knows that
I
these
don't
people
want
suck.
Leo
So you're
touching the
basically just in
situation
a
at
constant
all.
cycle of
I told
saying the
KP
same
that months
shit
ago.
over and over
This-
and over and over
this
and
isn't
over again.
KP, you
Me
say?
being mad because Lio won't cover Lily
over and over
anymore.
and over
This
and over
is
and
me
over
being
again.
mad because I
You've
found
essentially
out
become a
Lio was
detractor
dragging
channel.
my name
People
through the
that
mud.
want to cover
And
other
now they're
topics are
acting
not
like
going to
I'm the one
constantly
who
sit on a
started
dead
this shit
topic
with him.
that keeps doing the same shit over and over and over again.
It can never
drives
be
you
the fault of the
insane. What is
man, and
point?
it always has to be a
You're not
woman, it
changing anything.
seems.
Yeah, none of it really affects anything.
Like,
Apparently,
What the f-
clearly it is.
I'll be honest. If I'd known about these
Like-
logs when I covered Lily like a few years ago, I would have used.
Welcome to the
It's
server,
awesome.
everybody.
I'm just a little mad.
Sure.
Just a little
Problem
mad.
is,
Just a little bit.
like, it's a good way to put this.
Welcome to the
You're
Just a little mad
server.
on the internet.
Everyone's jumping into the server now. I love that. Thank you for joining my server.
Are they enough to
I'm most
bury
active
Lily as
here
much
and in
as-
Malcolm's
I mean,
server.
wasn't the body of fucking police action
Although I do
issue?
mostly just use this for Final Fantasy
Surely
stuff
that
and
was what-
That's
streaming.
what they wanted. They wanted, well, in the 20 minutes
Mm-hmm.
that you watched this, they were like, "Oh, well, we want to take this to the police because Lily broke Canadian law involving."
Is this
like,
Chris the Narc or is
depictions
this
of
Lio
minors in
talking?
Sexualized situations, but
Hold
some
up, let me pull up
reason,
the stream.
Lio saying, "Go to the cops then and find." the
Someone just
statue
added
and
Lio on
make sure
Discord
it's
to show him how to
accurate."
use his
Sweet.
phone.
I
Holy
don't know
shit.
how that works.
oh
Dude,
my
I don't
fucking
get that.
god.
Dude,
Like,
you're
Lio's a
amazing.
Lio was a
I
retired
hate to-
treasure hunter, but he did the thing.
I hate, it's Chris?
all of
Okay,
us
I don't
asked
give a
him to do
shit about what the fuck
forever.
Chris the
Nice,
Narc says.
Huggy.
Okay. But this is what I have to say to Lio Convoy needing
Oh,
help to use his phone.
Dude, what the f?
Oh my gosh.
Why are you f***ing here, man? You're so
Scourge.
old. Where's your wife?
Hello.
Go home to your family,
Hello.
dude.
Oh fuck yeah, we got Usagi.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Usagi.
We got cool
just wanted to say-
people. Let's go.
Okay,
I-
Lio's the one that sounds like there's syrup in his mouth.
I'm done with the
I
Copecast
need
now.
it to mute. I need it to mute the stream because then everyone be echoing.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. I'm so
Yeah,
happy that you're all here. Thank you so much for coming in and joining me for this little shit talking festival. I cannot believe that I'm done with this stream now because I feel like they're done with the call and the logs now, right?
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we're just talking shit
God, I
now.
hope
Okay,
so.
fuck all of them then.
Hello, stream chat. Hello, stream chat, everybody.
Hello, stream chat.
Hello.
So, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the
Yeah, that
fuck?
was fucking gay.
That was
Yeah.
so disgusting.
What the hell?
What were we doing? What the fuck were we doing? This is like, oh my god. I was losing it. I was in the middle of writing, and I was like, oh, I'll just put the stream on in the background as background noise, and then I start hearing fucking Beckett be like, well, this part makes Lily sound like a bestiality pedophile freak, but like Brittany shouldn't have been a dick about it.
Nightmare, 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 nightmare,
Yeah,
nightmare,
like,
nightmare, nightmare.
God. They were sweeping so hard for Lio that they started defending Lily.
I'm
Ugh.
crashing the
While
fuck out.
knowingly ignoring everything that has been made public over the years. They focused on the least relevant log they possibly could have and acted like that was the one that I was presenting as the smoking gun when I never at any point have.
No, you never did. No, I read all the logs you provided. Remember, because we were in here together, reading them as a family. And you know what? Oh, I even put on my fucking listening ears for that shit because it has to be. You know, Lavender's right. It has to be on purpose. There is what kind of blackmail material does Lily Orchard have on these people that they're sweeping so hard? If any other YouTuber, if any other person did a third of the shit that Lily Orchard did, they would be under the fucking prison. They would be.
It's not Lily who has the blackmail.
Is it Lio?
Because it's
it's Lio.
Because it's Lio. This shit, if all that evidence where it proves that it was there and he ignored it, his reputation would be fucking nuked.
Yeah.
He would be gone. So he most definitely altered this and made sure that they fucking covered the most unimportant shit so his ass is safe. So he doesn't have to get all the fucking, like, shit about it.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right.
I'm taking up
fucking God.
I'm taking up some context.
I'm
taking
crashing out.
up some further context because Beckett got on me for not bringing up Ginger in the Lio call, which no, at the time I didn't because that stuff wasn't like as gathered as it is now.
Yeah.
But here's what happened immediately after that call. Okay, Lio and his Senate crew immediately started this shitstorm of discourse talking about how we were all using the term groomer incorrectly because you quote unquote can't groom people in public on the internet or you can't groom groups of people, yada yada yada. And that was after we were saying, hey, she groomed this 15-year-old for 4 years and then dated her. That didn't matter.
Hey, she groomed this one fan into being an artist, had an affair with them on her then fiance, and then broke up with that fiance, pedo-jacketed them, called them an abuser. Then this fan became their fucking girlfriend, then wife, and is now living with them in Canada. Holy fucking shit.
I'm crashing out too. We're all crashing out here. It's a little crash out chat, but like it seems insane to me.
Bad.
It seems insane to me that they if any other YouTuber, if any other person on Earth did a third of the shit that Lily Orchard had done, Lio Convoy would be hunting them in the woods with a bow and arrow. Lio Convoy would be trying to put on his silly little lion mask and eat their jugular. Like what he swept for Lily so hard. I don't know why. Why did he sleep for Lily so hard? What is his relationship with Lily?
Like, I used to think that, I thought you used to think that the chaser shit was a joke, but there's, like, literally no way that he is defending her in literally any other circumstance. Like, I don't get it.
It might be a situation where he's like, I make lesbians turn back to normal. It might be that.
Is he trying to
Oh,
show
God.
is he trying to show Lily Orchard the light of Christ? Is that what's happening here?
Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm posting some old Tumblr posts in the Discord chat of some of the anons that I was getting around the time that Lio and crew were going on their crusade against, like, basically the fight against grooming semantics that happened after that call dropped.
Please do.
I just
So
imagine.
even if I had been able to send him the condensed version of the Ginger timeline, I don't think he would have taken that seriously because it was public on the internet and not in a DM chat.
I'm losing it.
Maya doesn't give a shit about
Hey,
anything he can't cover for
Theora.
the first time.
Theora says he
Wait,
assumes
hold on.
she's
Time out.
always a good person just because she. Oh, sorry.
Time out. A woman is speaking. I was told to go to the Beckett stream. What's happening?
As well.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
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 That, and I hear the word
Can you
order.
screen
in my
share it
brain
again
just
so I
immediately
can?
Girl,
starts-
Yeah. I'm going
Yeah.
live. I'm going live, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
deafen
Shit's
myself.
going on. By the way, sidebar: Dan Saltman's a retard.
What's going on?
Why is anyone
True.
taking him
I
seriously
started
right
straight with.
now? Like, what is happening? I'm so sick of hearing Dan just like make shit up at this point.
Oh,
like, it's
dude.
just making it worse.
I'm glad. I'm glad it's happened. It's very funny. Lost in Worlds with the 5.
It's getting to the point.
I think we've concluded that people from this ACC don't care about serious situations unless they're personally slighted. I mean, what a wild take. I've never heard that one before.
What a wild
I've never
take.
said that multiple
My
fucking times
God,
on stream.
Crazy.
Do you know what else I've said?
Crazy, dude.
Have some stickers chat. Thank you very much.
Wait, I almost forgot.
Sorry, man. That's my
So, like, at a basic level,
He did not dox that kid. He did not dox that guy. Like, can we just be real? Can we just like? Can we really just be adults here and just recognize that wasn't a dox?
My art.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
My art went away.
Obviously.
That-
Like, so
Man, I
here's-
clicked on Cope and see that Beckett's full legal name.
Yeah,
Like,
dude,
what the
it's fell
fuck?
doxing. It's a lot of this is completely fucking retarded. And again, people just want team sports. I'm sorry, that's it. This is also really weird in this call. Because, again, the argument is, Lio was brought evidence. He is in this call saying, hey, can I have some evidence? And they keep saying, there isn't any. I can't believe as well that no one thought to reach out for any fucking text logs. Because obviously some would exist of some kind. I can't believe there's none with Ginger, but then again, Ginger's still in Lily's pocket, which gives you a significant problem. Getzaberry with a 5. ACC is like NASCAR. No one cares about it until a big incident happens. True. God,
Dude,
so
I just clicked on. Dude, I just clicked on Olivia, Embers, and Hornets accounts. I doxed all of them. That's their names, real addresses.
I disavow you.
Disavow? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
I just doxed all of them. That's crazy.
That's not what I wanted to
I'm
do.
just as bad as Hassan, dude. That's insane.
Christ.
As far as I know,
I can't believe that's the dynamic right now. I'm sorry. I can't believe this is what we're
Do you really
arguing
care so
about.
little about this? I mean, again, I fucking...
No, it's not caring so little about it. It's like I haven't streamed in days and I have to get that off my fucking chest.
Okay.
Like I have to. It's fucking aggravating me. And I basically put myself on like a Twitter lockdown hold because I hate fucking Twitter posting there anymore. So like I just see it all happening and I'm like, I want to kill everybody. I fucking hate everybody in this right now.
Bro, I'm fucking with you.
Critical Shogun doxed. Legal name.
Then why
found.
are you going over this? What the fuck
True.
is happening? I'm
True,
crashing out.
accurate.
You know he's threatened me a bunch. I'm gonna point a gun at the screen. I'm gonna really do a threat to him. Are you kidding? The gun thing. I'm sorry. It's so stupid. Like,
Edgy.
gave
So
Charlie a
edgy.
gun. Come on.
no. Most
I
of
think
that
this guy's a
would've been
lost
from the
cause.
Discord.
I've got the DGG retards in my reply.
This is the most obnoxious thing I've ever
Sake.
experienced in my life.
Yeah, you have some of them quote tweeting you too. In particular.
Shut up. Die. Like, fuck you.
Problem. There is your problem. Because with somebody like, say, Ichabod, who admitted to Minhart, I want to wait till you're 18. I think you're attractive. I want to talk to you about bondage and all that. That was easy to deal with. Because that's easy to prove. This isn't. You are on uphill.
What do you mean it's not easy to prove?
What
do you mean?
You two in this because both of you don't like Lily. Brittany, you specifically have had personal encounters with Lily that has fed that. Not saying you're wrong. I want to be very clear about that.
Right, pause right here. This literally shows that there's a bias being built. And Lio is recognizing said bias and saying, guys, you need evidence because you have a bias, and people are going to weaponize that against you,
There's
especially Lily.
several gigabytes of evidence. What the fuck are you talking about?
What is being said without being
Which is what Lily has literally done to everyone who's come after her, by the way.
Yes.
Like,
yes, I'm aware of this.
You see
bias?
the Lily situation from a completely different perspective than the outside viewer is going to. What I am telling you is how the outside viewer is going to see this. Because everything you just listed there, if you were to bring it to a court of law, here's all Lily would have to do: tell you to prove that it was intentional. You'd have to get Lily to admit, yeah, those things talking about wanting to do things with children. I was lying. I was being an edgelord. There's a billion different excuses Lily could put out there.
None of which hold any water because there's
none of which hold any water. Britt, you're so right.
But this is not in the U.S. This is Canada, where fictional depictions are illegal.
Even in Canada, it wouldn't hold water in the chat logs, which is what I am getting at. Because even Canada does not charge people for thought crimes, which is essentially what that would
I have something to show you, Beckett.
But they do.
Sure, go ahead.
You can't show it on stream, though, because I can't take a photo to save my life. I just want you to read the play button name. And I'm going to send this photo to the person who used to own this play button.
You're such a piece of shit.
They charge people for
he thinks I'm still cool with him for some reason. It's weird.
Oh my god.
possessing or distributing fictional or real images of child pornography.
All right.
You also have to prove that it's her accounts,
which is a little harder to do because.
But they could do it. Like again, you'd have to prove this. I suppose the argument is like they're arguing court of law right now. I think part of the problem is that it feels to me like this call is they want to
which you did, by the way, which you did, Brett.
The legal stuff. Just be like, Lio, can you make a video? And Lio would probably be like, Opal's making a video. No, fuck off.
Barbie, where are you?
Which again,
I need you, Barbie.
A legitimate position. Actually, hold on. Is that a completely legitimate?
Barbie's probably at work right
position
now.
For Lio to say in 2022, with all the predator hunting shit. I don't know how much I like it. I can see the argument. I think he could have done more, potentially. Like even if it was just a stream, it's a really difficult toss up. But I also get the wider context of going after Lily. Just like gives Lily more defense. It's kind of like the Jar problem. Like lots of people kept going after Jar, and then he kept debunking.
Yeah, we need
them.
Barbie.
So
Barbie, where are you?
Came up with something legitimate. Jar just pointed to the things that have been debunked to defend himself, and everyone just sort of bought this because people are retarded.
Well, that community in particular is retarded. They can't look at
Sweep.
things of
Sweep.
individual situations.
Sweep.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
TILR. I know you in particular saw what I wrote.
What was it? What month was this? Give me a second. It's like April. April 2022.
April 22, right?
Yeah.
Because again, all Lily has to do is say, "Well, that's not my account," and then you get into the legal mumbo jumbo. And again, while we can sit there and obviously say that is, a court of law is a different creature.
Britt, I believe you do have receipts that do prove that it is her account, yes?
I do.
You have receipts that prove that somebody by the name of, what was it, Bale Spawn did it. You have to tie it directly to Lily. You're going to need either an IP address or login details.
Hey, Britt, that screenshot you had with someone catching the IP
Who
address
just joined?
of Ballspawn and tying it to Lily, would it be possible to get in contact with those people in order to get the IP address?
That would be the Derpy Buru people, and in which case you'd have to get where was the fan fiction written? Like what website?
It was film fiction. These people are brain dead.
.net, is that correct? As well as other ones under alternate accounts on
you would have to get that admin's information, and
is that me or Beckett's stream?
They choose to assist you because legally they don't have to.
Hunter Liar. Fuck me.
Yep.
Now,
It's so
all
boring.
this talk about
He's
Canada's law
such a
system, have you
boring
looked into
person
how
when he's
often
doing
people
this.
get, what's the word I'm looking for here? Not committed, convicted. How often do they get convicted of stuff like that in Canada?
I wouldn't know.
You need to look into that.
No, you should. You don't need to look
Now,
into this.
who do you plan on
You
reporting it
don't
to?
need to look into this.
Can we
Well,
pause
if I could
real
just
quick?
ask real quick, what's
I'm just gonna say this right. I'm muting this stream right now really quickly because I just wanted to say that literally, if Lily was in the States and in the military, this would be enough to get her fully dishonorably discharged from the military. Like, court-martialed, dishonorably discharged. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it seems pretty obvious.
Like, it's ridiculous. It's like, hey, we went to the police. They would have more of a case if they said the police said that this is fucked up.
Yeah,
but
that's
they
why
can't
you're going
really
to him.
act upon it. We need somebody to come more public with it. Versus, hey, we have this stuff. We don't know if we're gonna go cops yet, and we haven't looked into sending it to the cops yet. And it's like, what are you doing? Send it to the cops. Why are we waiting? Like, you have all the information. All you have to do is call the local police department.
Rain. Yeah,
Isn't
call
that the
Rain.
criticism as well,
Call somebody.
Like, for the predator hunting shit, like, Lyle wasn't telling people to go to the cops. He was trying to deal with it himself. He's literally sat in a call going, go to the cops. I mean, even for criticism.
But in their argumentation,
Argumentation. Shut the
their
fuck up.
argumentation is that Lyle's jumped on shit for less. But here's my argument back. Yes, he's jumped on shit for less. But the problem is if you look at this in a vacuum, Lily has overturned these allegations multiple times and weaponized the people around it multiple times to get people on her side. There have been multiple people attempting to do this. Lyle has seen that, and even if he wanted to jump on it, he recognizes it's going to blow back regardless of what's going to happen. That's not a sweep. That's recognizing the situation for what it is, and there needs to be more evidence before you move forward on that. I don't understand how this is considered a sweep. I don't get it. I don't get it.
There's a sweep. I don't sweep. Sweep.
Yeah,
I can't understand it.
Dude, I mean, again, it would have just been smarter just to never mention this. Dude, literally don't know
Like, the man's a retard. He's a retard. We're all on the same page. We're all on the same page. We're all on the same page.
your legal citation of Canadian law?
We can get into that shortly, Hayden. I'm trying to go down the
Okay.
line here. How do you plan on reporting this?
I'm currently for local law enforcement, or if I can find a Canadian agency that specifically deals with stuff like this.
Chris the Sweeper, so true, Metal Man.
I'm
Thanks for
gonna
the
go
tip.
ahead and I'm gonna
In
tell you
what
something real unpleasant.
fucking context?
Chris is sweeping harder than me right now. It's crazy.
If there anything
There's
like
no
the US
sweeping.
and
I'm
Europe
literally
how
just
to do a
frustrated.
crime,
This is the word that we use. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of hearing the word sweeping when it isn't actually sweeping. It's just lazy usage of the fucking word.
Actual footage. Sorry.
Currently
hey, this person did something shitty, and you hear the words
Actual
but,
footage of
you know,
Beckett's stream right now.
I can't be that bad, you know. Like, I looked everything.
Actual
over, and there's
footage
no
of
way
Beckett's
it's that
stream right
bad.
now. It's the chimney
When
sweeps
they have all
fucking
the
dancing
evidence,
around.
That's called sweeping. Lyle did not have that. I'm so sick of it.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
so
disagree with you.
I'm so annoyed right now.
Whatever.
I'm sorry. I'm crashing out.
Yeah, you know, again, it's such long dead buried shit that just like dragging it up for like that. What annoys me is this: it got dragged up for what was presumed to be a quick win, and it just isn't. This is why it's really important.
Go feed your cat, Rip. I love you.
You're kind of sure, to some extent, because unless you know that you have everything, dragging up the potential of like a call like this or like the random logs,
Not reviewing the call.
and to be clear, unless this like if there's apparently a push because Malcolm went over these logs last night, so unless that happens and then I start fucking hearing about it because I got a ton of DMs during stream last night, like I probably wouldn't have gone live with this. It's only because I'm like, well, you've asked. You're the ones who have asked the fucking question. So allow me to provide you an answer. I don't know why. I don't get it. like, fuck. I mean, I don't know what Brit has to say about any of this because I've got no contact with Brit. I don't even know what a fucking Discord is. So
We know what Brit has to say about it.
I assume she'll be. I mean, I would assume she'd be pretty pissed off that people have been dragging this up, surely. Over what should be long dead fucking stuff that doesn't really matter anymore. Potato with the 5. No, you see it sweeping because he didn't go and steal Lily's essence after making the wolves bring her dead corpse to his house. So
Should I say
fucking
something in
true.
chat and just be like, I've got Brit in my fucking stream right now, actually, and
like-
she thinks you're a fucking idiot.
And I don't blame Malcolm for this, by the way. I think, like, I did actually
No,
go to Malcolm and ask about, like, what was in these logs and whether they matched up with what I had. Because obviously I read these and I was like, fuck, I heard you went over the logs. Or there's any fireworks? And he was like, no, what do you mean? I was like, well, obviously, like, the logs don't just make Lily look bad.
I should do
I
it.
was like, well,
Should I do it?
fine. I was like, wait, what? And I still haven't seen his coverage.
I'll have to
but
ask
I'm
Brit.
assuming,
Brit,
like,
what do you
he's
think?
Missing, like,
Well,
key
Brit's-
parts of the details,
Brit's
having
feeding
looked
her
at
cat.
the, like, fucking, like, folder dumps. So yeah.
To be honest, the folder dump, especially in the Stockholm stuff, looked like it was purposely cut with them agreeing with the
It's also-
Stockholm stuff
it's
for
like,
saying like, "Oh,
I
that's
flipped
crazy."
through,
Or cool.
It's like kind of out of order as well. It's like really hard to fucking
Incredibly
follow.
out of order.
Yeah, it's super hard to follow. Like 1.5 has sections from July, and then like you go to like, I think it's part 2 has things back in March. It's really weird. So it's kind of like difficult to pick through. But yeah, I mean, like
They didn't even organize it. They didn't even make an attempt to organize, which is, to me, I don't like that. I don't like the lack of attempt to organize. I don't like the cutoff for the Stockholm conversation. I don't like any of that.
And I mean, I've heard
Shit,
an
I just said
argument
it.
here that like, well, Lio was told about Ginger, but in the call, Lio asks, "Are there any child victims?" And Brittany says, "No, that is the information Lio is being given. You can't blame him if he's not being given the information." Like, Chris and I are both sat here being like, Lio, and I cannot stress this enough, you're a retard for not opening the logs. Like,
Oh,
give
fucking
if you give
Lio,
like,
Beckett was like, I don't know what Brit has to say about this. I have no idea. And so I was like, I've got Brit in my chat right now, and she's actually been super receptive to talking about this because you're a fucking idiot. Did you even try reaching out to her?
Brit is welcome to reach out. I'll be honest with you again. I will actually sweep for Brit. I am happy to accept that Brit was talking to fucking Lily Orchard and ended up having weird conversations with her.
Yeah, Brit is welcome to reach out herself as a fucking stupid ass little
and that she wouldn't
stupid
touch
punk
it with a
bitch.
10-foot barge pole. These logs don't like look great, but you know what? Fuck it. That's probably fine. That's probably fine. Your local cryptid with the 20. Hey Beckett, I made a nice little bag on some meme coins and wanted to spread the love. Ooh, thank you, much appreciated. Thank you for the 20.
What kind of
Super
meme?
fucking
Wait,
based.
what kind of meme coins? What kind of meme coins? I'm looking.
Why
at
would
the
anyone want to
best
talk to
retard
misogynist
shit.
Beckett? Literally,
Oh my God.
literally, he's too busy being a Lio meat
Stock
writer.
market's just
Literally,
being
he is keeping it
Yeah, I mean,
warm.
that's just how I
He
feel
is
about
keeping
I'm
it
just like,
warm.
it seems like
You've had this call for 3 months, and I didn't even know you were going to stream about this. Exactly. No,
quite the
exactly.
evidence. Anyway, let's
Now,
keep
how
going.
do you plan on reporting
Fucking
it to?
exactly. Exactly. Like just
Well,
three
if I
bitches
could
sitting in a
just
room
ask
going,
real quick,
exactly.
What's your legal citation of Canadian law?
We can get into that shortly, Hayden. I'm trying to go
Okay.
down.
No, 100%.
How do you plan on reporting this?
I'm currently for local law enforcement, or if I can
Oh, Beckett,
find
I didn't tell you.
Incredible
Canadian
research. Incredible
Yes.
research, Beckett.
Boogie,
Like,
Boogie
why the fuck would
proposed
Brit...
to Desi.
Why the fuck
You do
would...
not want to know how big that
Shut the fuck
fucking
up.
ring is.
Shut
It's
the
like-
fuck up, Beckett. Why the fuck would Brit reach out to you of her own accord? Why the fuck would Brit reach out to you of her own accord? We'll go back to it in a minute. Why would Brit reach out to you of her own accord if she didn't even know you were going to be doing the stream? If she didn't know you were going to be doing any of this? And you've had the call for 3 months. When was Brit supposed to psychically connect to you and be like, oh, I need to talk to Beckett of Crabs immediately. The stars are aligning. Mercury's in Gatorade. I need to go talk to Beckett of Crabs. What the fuck is happening here? What is happening? Je ne comprends pas c'est pourquoi difficile. Like, what is happening? Okay, we're going back to the stream.
deal stuff like this.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tell you something real unpleasant. If they're anything like the U.S. in terms of how they deal with crime, they're never going to look into it. We have had pedophiles dead to rights Verbal admission, tons of evidence. Cops didn't care. And that's for actual victims being involved. Not just putting out pornographic.
I am not getting in a call with fucking Beckett or Lio. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Is as anally stupid even a quarter hours is. You're probably not.
Actually, I might get in a call with Beckett, but not Lio. Beckett's really stupid,
I'm
so
not
it
going
would be pretty
into
easy to
the
get into a call with him.
Recording aspect of this, 100% convinced that anything legal is going to happen to her. I'm very least. I feel like since she is known to have minors in her audience,
I don't know if I want that kind of heat.
and
I have
she
like
has
20
known
people
to-
that follow me. I don't want that.
on getting into grooming tendencies.
I have like
I feel like this is
170 people
something
that follow
people
me.
need to know about
Where do you
for the safety of the people
where's-
that watch
If
her
I-
content.
Hold on. Where's your evidence of
If
grooming
I may ask-
tendencies? Do you have some?
What was it?
Where's your evidence of grooming tendencies?
Me and Suska to dog walk Beckett. I don't know if I could.
Me, Ginger, and Lizzie.
Lizzie, who doesn't want to talk about
That could be pretty funny. It could be pretty funny to dog walk Beckett.
that, Lizzie? Do you have some?
So just quickly,
What was it?
Where's your evidence of grooming tendencies?
Me, Ginger, and Lizzie.
I'm
I don't
having.
understand why like Brit mentions Ginger so much, but
Give me the
never sort of,
exposure.
like-
Give me the exposure.
like, surely that would be the focus. I don't know, like the Lizzie stuff.
The words that
If
she
Beckett
should have
reaches
turned
out to me,
around
I'll
and said
dog walk
was,
him.
well,
I'll
we have
hop
these
in a call with
grooming
him, but
tendencies,
I'm not reaching
and
out to
Ginger
Beckett. How about that?
was a minor at the time of this situation. Lyle's response would have been, "Do you have the logs of that?" And if they had it, this would have been put to rest, and a video would have been made.
Yeah.
If
I
Beckett
don't
reaches
get
out to
how
me,
this-
I'd be more
I
than
don't
willing to
get how
talk to
this
him.
wasn't brought up.
But I am not going to clout farm off of this.
Lizzie, who doesn't
I feel like
want
it would be
to talk about
disrespectful to Brit if I were to clout farm off of this.
that, Lizzie?
Which, to be fair,
not really
Lyle should have dug
understanding-
on the Ginger stuff more. He
Yeah,
should have said,
yeah.
"What do you mean by Ginger?" He should have said that.
Here's a message.
Beckett
from the
is a
cat,
certified
meow,
dumbass.
meow,
Yeah, that's
meow,
correct.
Meow, meow. Thank you, Pinker, for the 5. Hope your cat's doing well. Like, yeah, But again, it's one of those of everyone was going after them. Lyle was like a small channel. I feel like the criticism is exactly the same sort of like shit I'd give to people who are saying the same about Psy. It's the like issue is, what's a good way to put this? The argument for Psy going after Lily with Courtney is that like Psy is like an A-logger of Lily.
I'm using the word detractor because she acts and communicates and has the same problems a detractor channel does. I think of them again like a DSP LTG type person. That's what I think of them as.
Yeah, Lio was a small
feel
channel
like
and
that's
also one of the
harsher,
only
but
ones who
that's
had a
just the
reputation
fact
as a
of the
damn
matter
pred
for me,
hunter.
at
Yeah,
least.
literally. Also, leave Psy alone.
Yeah,
Psy
I-
literally
alright.
lives rent-free in your fucking head.
Which I have no
It's
problem
insane.
with them.
It's
I have no
insane.
problem with the detractor channels. I'm friends with a lot of them. I actually like those guys.
I'm out of wine.
Yeah.
I think I'm out of wine.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a
At
little
least
more
they don't
left.
moral fag over shit.
True.
Lizzie,
I think I.
Go ahead, Luna.
Sorry. I think what Leo is
I'm out of
trying
wine.
to say is that at the moment, everything we are trying to say is stuff that Lily can once again make excuses to weasel out of. If he is going to make a definitive
Do I have any
statement,
Four Loko in my fridge?
he
That could
needs
be fun.
something like what he
That
had
could be
with
fun.
Vida, where it was a direct child with chat logs that proved that Vida was talking and directly grooming a child.
Correct. How old is Lizzie?
Well, yeah, that's Zephyr. That's because those
Buddy
every
posted
like
it.
conservative
believe
protest
she
is fucking
is
confession.
21 now, am I correct?
I think so. Actually, no, she wouldn't be 21. She's got to be.
These are my real ears. These are my listening
They
ears.
broke up 3 years ago.
Right, you are correct. I know they started dating when she was they started dating when she was 18.
Yeah,
so my maths was wrong
But
there.
starting to date when they were 18 is not the same as automatically having grooming tendencies. I'd need solid information.
Okay, I want to be really clear because I'm getting messaged about this. If Brit would like to speak to me, about clearing this up. I'm very happy to like have a conversation with her either on stream or
Let's
off
ask.
stream. I didn't think it was that
Change lane.
important.
Brit, how do you feel?
because
Yeah,
I
Would you
change
would you
lane.
talk to
yours
Beckett
are,
about
like,
this?
Devastating. I think
Oh,
the
Seska's
worst thing
back.
about
Hi.
them is
Hi, Seska.
Hi, Seska.
Brit is deafened, it seems.
Okay, Brit,
We're
how would you
freaking
feel?
out.
How do you feel, Brit? Would
Go
you
fuck yourself.
would you actually talk to Beckett about this? Would you actually give him the time of day after all of this? Because I'll tell him right now. I'll say, listen, Brit
Rick
says
can
she'll
call
talk
her
to you,
After
but
this,
you and
no,
Beckett.
because
Honest
like
to God, I will leave.
like I said,
I'm a
how
lot
the hell
more
was I
fucking harsh
supposed
on
to
this,
know
but,
that
like,
he was even
glad.
going to
I will
do a
glad.
stream about this? He could have reached out to me to get the context that this is missing, because it's missing a lot.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, because it is missing a lot. I mean, if you want to reach out to him, like I'm not gonna say that you shouldn't. I think that you would dog walk the fuck out of him because he's a brain dead idiot, and you actually have a backbone.
There's no point. And
There's no
besides,
point.
like I said before, I would not have brought any of this up if I didn't find out that Lio was dragging my name up in his fucking servers with Courtney.
Tomorrow, would you be
I've
down to
been
do like
kinda
a one-on-one?
salty about this.
Tomorrow, would you be down to
I've
do
been
kind
kind
of
of salty
a
about this for years, but like this is not something I would have brought up publicly. This
Yeah.
is not something that I wanted Lio anywhere near because I didn't trust him to cover it, which case in point, this is exactly why. I didn't bring him up publicly at all until he started shit talking my name.
Yeah.
I'm responding to things that I have heard him say about me. And now he's acting like I'm just going after him out of the blue for no reason because I'm mad that he didn't do a video.
Yeah, absolutely. Would you be down
He
tomorrow?
started it. He started this shit.
Would you be down tomorrow for like a little sit down one-on-one and just to like just bitch about this?
Possibly.
Okay.
I'm waiting on a email about a job, but if I'm open, sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I do want to give you space to be able to actually like air like your grievances about this because I imagine you have a few. And I think that you really do need to be able to voice this because it's insane that they're basically putting words in your mouth and projecting all of this nonsense on you. It's insane.
It's not the first time some shit like this has happened.
Yeah. And if Lio really, really wants
Fuck
to
no.
get your side of the thing, your side of shit, then he can come into my chat and fucking listen to you like I had to listen to his dumbass, okay? So fuck Lio. Fuck Lio, fuck Beckett.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
And that's on period.
And that's on period. And
Yeah.
one more thing.
Dude, what the f? Why are you fucking here, man? You're so old. Where's your wife? Go home to your family, dude.
Yeah, like, okay.
Literally.
Those were not photoshopped.
Friggin-
I'm not accusing
Really, like,
them of.
Why
the
is
biggest
she in
middle
someone else's
finger would
chat
be
asking
just
to
like
come
talk
on
to
this stream?
someone
I don't
else
fucking
about
know,
it
bro. I don't
who would
know.
piss
I
them
just
off.
Me.
I don't know.
What stream? Are they streaming your
they're
stream right now?
Listen. I
Oh
am gonna
shit!
have to
No,
stream
no,
this.
no, 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 no,
Hi, Malcolm.
no,
No, it's
no,
not
no,
Malcolm.
no,
It's
no,
somebody
no,
else.
no,
Somebody
no,
else.
no, too close.
Who are they
We're too
talking about?
close.
Wait.
Hi, I love stream snipers. I respect stream snipers, dude. Ethan
Hi,
Klein lawsuit
Beckett.
coming your way eventually. You
Hi,
need to react harder.
Oh
okay?
no, I'm gonna get sued.
Okay,
I'm
buddy,
putting a
I don't
salute.
think
I'm putting a
so.
salute.
Chris Minark's gonna sue all
Man,
of us.
that's great. That's so crazy, dude. You know, lawsuits happen for less nowadays.
I've never been
I
Oh
salute
my
you.
God.
Somebody stream sniping me.
I love stream sniping. It's my favorite shit. I did it for the fucking what is it? I did it for the side scrollers.
Bro,
podcast.
First I told you we have our
It's not
token
bad.
white
It's
boy.
team, and it created-
We're about to get raided, motherfucker. We're about to get
Stream
so
sniping
raided.
should be its
The
own
white
content.
man.
Oh my
If you're able to
god.
get something
Yeah.
out of it.
I will protect all of you.
Isn't that sweet for Lio? I frankly
Got
don't
an Ohio
fucking
man.
care.
He's too
The big-
powerful.
Too powerful.
I'm about to get. I'm about to get raided. I'm about to get raided to hell and back. It's so funny.
I am so ready for this, dude.
Okay,
Come
can
on.
we?
I'll fist
oh,
fight
wait.
the Beckett viewers for you, Seska.
At the very least, if Beckett's gonna come into this stream, can we change this to a fan fiction reading stream so I can get some clicks on my shit?
Okay, but
Yes.
only if it's like Wattpad, like I got sold to One Direction fanfiction. It has to be that. Nothing else.
No.
Have you ever Oh my god, I'm just being reminded of this. Might not be an appropriate one, but it's called Premature Men of Many Men.
Don't feed Gilded Poo, just ban him. I kind of want to feed Gilded Poo, just like a little treat, like a little bit of breadcrumbs.
I would
Queen
I would let him for like a solid hour. We don't need to bring Gilded in here. Like I was thinking, like let's read my
It gets
fan
shit
fiction
everywhere.
because let's read my fan fiction. So like, hey, Beckett's chat can like see what I'm writing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Listen, if you are one of Beckett's little Discord kittens, you are welcome in my stream audience. You're so welcome in my stream audience. I want the views, but this is so funny. I really, they're talking about me. Wait, they're talking about me now? Okay, hold on.
Oh my god.
Or it lines up with what
Shut the
you
fuck up.
were
Everyone shut
told.
the fuck up. A woman is speaking.
I was talking to another fairly large creator when I was doing some of the Saberspot stuff. And because I wanted an optics check on some of the off-the-record stuff, and like how it was like handled. And he was like, "Look, I've had this where somebody I was covering basically went on stream and accused me of lying, and I didn't record the call with them, and I couldn't defend myself. But he lied about me publicly to like 2,000 people.
They're talking
and
about
I've
me?
never
Oh my
gotten over
god.
it. That's the problem. That's like just the baseline issue. So, yeah, that's why we're doing this at all.
Being photoshopped, I just want to know how that was able to pass
Because we
that
looked
test.
for keywords. I had Jazz do a screen share with me, and while I made sure none of the things Jazz sent pornographic to Vita were ever on screen, I made
Drop
sure
my name,
that the
motherfucker.
keywords and the lines
Drop my
that we
name.
said there were in fact typed live.
I don't give a shit if you record calls.
Because
I don't give a
Jazz,
shit. I
unfortunately,
really don't.
as much as we try to do her right, is a pathological
But that's because I
liar.
never say anything bad or wrong.
Double check to make sure she wasn't lying to us first. And as far as Vita goes,
I mean, yeah.
the Oregon PD now have a 16-page document about his behavior towards Emily alone.
Give me the advertising, Beckett.
Okay.
Come on, Beckett.
Didn't
Do
he
it.
go to prison for like
Do it, Anakin.
computer crimes or some shit? It was like the lamest fucking shit as well.
Yeah, it wasn't actually the predator.
They
shit
might
that
send a
went
mob
up,
this
right?
way. It'll be funny.
It was just computer crimes in general.
Yeah.
Like it was nothing involving like his predator actions or him like grooming kids or anything.
It's
It was,
free
like,
real
something so innocuous.
Do it, Beckett. No balls.
Yeah,
No
it's
balls.
all in that
Pussy.
video.
Pussy
Well,
ass
except
bitch.
for the whole screen recording thing, but that's a whatever.
Yeah, that's just in case, again, because unfortunately Jazz has proven to be a liar about a lot of stuff. The thing is, if you had solid evidence that Lily grooms people, has actually gone after minors, now we can do the nebulous, well, she could be a danger to them. Anybody in this room currently could be a danger to minors, including you two.
Shut the fuck up,
Just
Lio.
in general, you could.
Go home to your family, dude.
No, I'm not taking that as an
So
accusation.
fucking old.
I understand what you're saying.
This is a completely different case than the stuff I've worked on because we're talking about hypotheticals at this point. Is Lily sick? Yeah. Is Lily depraved? Yeah. Is Lily a dickhead? Well, I mean, obviously. But I can't
True,
go out
true,
there,
true.
especially if I'm still dealing with predator hunting and stick my name on something like this when I do
Don't
not
have shit on me.
definitive proof.
I've never done anything bad in my
When you are
life.
doing pedophile busting, you have to keep your name clean.
Fuck me, that aged badly. Bro, you are fucked. You are fucked.
He says so many things that are just gonna like get him fucked over. Like,
Oh,
he
yeah, let me
always
turn up the
says shit
audio.
That ages so poorly.
That's for you. That's just for you, Josh.
You gotta keep yourself clean. You gotta make sure you're a reputable source.
Gotta be-
That went well for
you-
Lio.
yeah, you got-
Lio,
you
you're
gotta-
a predator
you gotta
houser,
make
not
sure
a
that you
predator
have total
hunter. So
reputational
true.
control. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, bro. Good one. Nice. Love to see it. Fucking hell.
Listen,
You can't be involved with
when
false
they
accusations,
get mad at me,
like
I'm just
having
gonna go.
Anthony go from it. You can't be involved with that type of nonsense because then people start coming to you about the things, people start trusting you about the things. Well, this guy who just tirades on people because as much as I find lolicon, zoophile porn and all that abhorrent, immoral, matter of fact, I'll be more blunt, demonic. A lot of other people just look at it and think, well, it's just a drawing, bro. What's the problem? As stupid as that is how reality people see these things. And you need to be aware of that. I get you don't
Okay.
like Lily. Nobody here does. But you're going to need to bring me something solid. You're going to have to bring me evidence of an actual child being attacked or somebody before the age of 18 being groomed. Otherwise, I can't really do anything about it.
Shut the fuck up,
Okay,
Lio.
I do have some questions about what you have said. And
Also, I think it's really interesting FNGR comes up here. Like, do people realize that FNGR was, like, a major fucking Lily A-log? Like, and he was just unhinged. He was, like, I believe he was, like, one of the primary defenses Lily used. It's like, look at the people going after me. Like, FNGR is fucking crazy, guys.
Come on, fucking get me, bro.
I do understand what you're
fucking
trying to
get me,
say.
bro. Come on, bro.
First of all, you mentioned that the police in America are really slow to act when it comes to matters of child pornography or pedophilia.
Oh, yeah.
Very.
You still, even knowing that, you still did post all the stuff about Vida to the public because he was doing something that was considered to be illegal.
And immoral,
even
yes.
if the yes, illegal and immoral, even if the police weren't going to act on it.
Correct.
Now, you are correct. We do not have evidence of Lily.
The fact that she was a confirmed
directly
pred making
child
content
porn, that is
specifically for teens and children
circumstantial.
didn't matter to this fuckhead. Yeah, of course, because he's a
Right.
fuckhead. He's an idiot. He's a brain dead loser.
Fucking hate this.
That's a
cult.
problem.
That's a
That's a problem. That's a problem. Saying the words that we only have circumstantial. They needed something like tangible to work with. Because
Everyone
again,
had
from
gone
what I
after
have been
Lily.
told, yes,
Circumstantial.
for all the other shit, and Lily's been able to fight that, and that's pissed people off because they never were able to actually get Lily on anything, and it continued the cycle of Lily being caught doing crazy shit, but nothing like that particularly damning was put out to show the pattern and then close on the book and go, look what they did to this person.
Wait, hold on. What's up, Britt?
All these
Okay, let me
people
unmute,
were
let me unmute.
100% fucking right to show this pattern. Like, I don't, like, why would you... It's just circumstantial. Fucking Christ,
Okay,
what a
I'm
horrible
unmuted.
way to word that.
Nothing
Sensational.
substantial to
I mean,
work
I think
with,
what's also
yet he never
frustrating is,
once
again,
asked
apparently,
about
like-
the porn stash
But
that
hold on,
had a
Nikki,
bunch of
Nikki,
Shota
to be
and
fair,
lolly shit
you're
in it.
talking about the
He never
actual
once
police.
asked about
We are
any
talking about
of the
Lyle
shit that she
fucking
created
Convoy.
and wrote and
This is the
admitted
problem
to
that we're
creating and
facing
writing
here, is
that
that
had
a
a bunch
YouTuber is
of
being told this stuff. A
predator
YouTuber,
shit
not
in
the
it.
police.
They never, he
A
intentionally
YouTuber can't
did not connect what I was trying to do here and point out the fact that the combination of the fact that she has created and consumed that stuff and also has a YouTube channel where she caters specifically to teens and children. That was the problem. Not just the
Yep.
fact that she has a YouTube channel where she covers cartoons. It was those two things put together. How are you not putting these two things together, my man?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was the problem.
Absolutely.
Birds of a feather
Fuck
flock
him.
together.
Fuck him. Fuck his tea.
Fuck
Fuck
him,
his
fuck him
tea.
up.
Get him.
Get him.
Fuck his
Get
tea.
him.
Get him. Get him. Tell him. Spill the truth. Oh my god.
Speak your shit.
Speak your truth.
Oh my god.
Let your dick hang.
This is gonna be.
That's
this is
like
gonna
way
be...
worse.
Let your chain hang low.
Beware of me.
Beware of me.
I love New York.
I love her too.
I love her.
Oh my god. I'm so excited. I need them. This is the dawn of the Seska era of the stream. Seska's about to hit the streaming sphere like a fucking nuke. Okay.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I'm about to.
What's
this is-
happening?
Here for it.
This is my official Rose Moulet. Big things are coming down the mountain moment.
And what the hell? What's going on now?
What did I miss?
Oh, Becca called me out on stream.
Yes, you had a
Yeah.
Oh my god, he did?
Yeah.
Yep.
They called me out for stream
Oh
sniping.
shit!
The situation is though, you wanted a predator.
I posted a clip.
Cry
I
about
posted a
it,
clip of
Beckett.
That
just.
is not going to change.
I posted a clip of my pure fear at the reaction of like of
Oh my God,
Chris
yeah,
being like, "Is
remember?
already
Oh my-
streaming us?"
Dude, that's
Oh
such
my
a
God.
funny clip. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I cannot wait. I need
It's
them. I need them to come here. I need to
amazing.
get rated. Please rate me. I need the attention.
Yeah.
Please, I'm addicted to
Do it,
attention.
no. Do it, no
If I
balls.
don't get attention, I'll die.
If I don't get attention, at least every 30 seconds I die immediately. Please.
I will die fighting for Seska.
Oh no, a woman is calling you dumb.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Oh no, like 3 women are calling you dumb, Beckett.
I know.
3 women and a white boy.
Yep.
Oh no.
3 women and a
Which one,
certified
you
white
dumb
boy.
Beckett?
The girlies are the girlies are mad.
The girls are fighting.
I don't know.
No, don't do this to me, don't do this to me,
No,
Beckett.
no!
That's family for you. Trade them for any other.
Neither would
Oh,
I.
he's playing it again.
Oh,
Cringe,
God, no,
cringe.
Okay, everyone shut the fuck up. We're gonna listen to the
Ben,
we're gonna
this
listen
is
to it.
totally relevant in a
I
moment.
feel the exact same way.
It's horrible.
Okay, can I
It's
just
so
say
bad.
something crazy?
I'm the Barbie Joker. I love crazy.
This
All
is
my
so
life has
cringe.
been a series of doors in my face. And then suddenly
That brings
I
me
bump
so much
into
fucking
you.
joy.
Where's their
I was thinking
Grammy?
the same
Where
thing.
is their
It's
Grammy?
like, I've been searching my whole life to find my own place.
Why again? Because I have to listen to this boring fucking call. Okay.
Bye, pumpkin. Bye, pumpkin.
Okay. So, bit of context here. Josh Scorcher was a brony commentator back in the mid-2010s. And he and Lily had huge fucking drama with each other. This led to like a cease and
I did eat a
desist
lemon.
that was a fucking joke, by the way. And
When I was a
Josh
kid,
had
I
his
used to-
own
I
like
used to eat
sort of
lemons like
minor
oranges.
allegations around the person that he's actually singing that song with. So
Yeah, it's a
at
nothing
this
movie.
point, he basically just
Music's good, though.
backed the fuck off from Orchard, kind of understandably. It's a weird it's a weird situation in some respects to like look at what happened to Josh with current circumstances, and I can see why Lio asked this question, because it's like, hey, why didn't you go to Josh Scorcher with all this? It's like, well, Josh Scorcher got blown out the fucking water. That's one of the
it's
reasons
based. It's
Lio was being
delicious.
so
I love
fucking
eating a lemon.
careful. Because it just blew up in his face.
I love a lemon.
Because Josh does not want anything to
Maybe
do
like
with
a lemon
this
party,
point,
perhaps.
And honestly, I want to give him a break from all of that.
I see.
Second, the
I
last
love a lemon
time, and
party.
second, the last time he tried to expose Lily from that. Lily
Sorry,
just
that's
turned
old.
it on
I'm old.
him.
I'm a
the last
boomer.
time he tried to point out and prove that Lily had
I love a lemon
written
for me.
child pornography.
For me.
She just said, "Haha, Josh is sharing child pornography," and got away with it.
That's really important, actually. Because when people were first trying to tie Stockholm to Lily, Lily just weaseled out of it and made Josh look insane. Like, so much of this shit was so badly bungled. There's almost an argument as well that if people had waited and been way more fucking careful and just gone after Lily at like a baseline, just really hard once, rather than all these little bitty pieces, it probably would have had more of an impact. I think that's certainly true of like things like the June the King video, because that certainly had a fucking impact.
Because
now
June the King's name out of your
I
fucking
wouldn't be
mouth.
surprised if the whole cease and desist thing went both ways too.
No, it didn't. It
didn't.
did. And Josh trying to do that cease and desist was the goofiest, dumbest thing in the world. I don't know why he was dumb enough to do that, especially not sent via an actual.
That is the
lawyer.
argument that they're
It's
making.
ridiculous.
That is exactly the argument that they're making.
Because he actually spoke to a lawyer and they told him he needed to do that first
Yeah, Brett, that's
before
the exact
anything
argument
else
they're
could be
making.
done.
Did the lawyer draft it?
I do not know.
The answer is no. You know how I can tell a lawyer didn't draft it?
I obviously do not know.
Yeah, you mean
Because
like
no
a doc
lawyer
like
in
the
his
one that I
right mind
have?
is going to have a line
Like the
that
one
says
that I
the
have?
guilty party sign here.
Shut the fuck up, Beckett. Shut the fuck up, Lio.
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up,
that was
Beckett.
in the
You're
cease and
old.
desist.
Go home to your family,
That's
dude.
I remember that. I read that.
Luna,
I'm like,
did you?
no
did
way
you
Luna would write this.
Luna, did you
or
even
whatever.
look at the C&D?
I did.
You didn't think any of that was a little off?
No, because I am not a lawyer.
Okay.
So I would not know if that
Okay.
was off or not.
I guess that makes
That's
sense.
exactly,
But no, like legally speaking, you never do that. Like that would be that's like if some teenager like wrote to Microsoft to get his Xbox account unbanned. Like that. I don't know what Josh was thinking. He probably did talk to a lawyer and said, well, you need to send a C&D first, and then Josh drafted up whatever that abomination was. It was a really goofy move. Shouldn't have done it. And the goofier move of posting, well, essentially
hurting my
child porn
ears.
on his own Twitter.
Oh shit, I
and
lost it.
trying to get Lily in trouble for it
I
without
lost
proving
one.
that it was actually
Fell in my shirt.
Lily that wrote it.
There we go.
Also really goofy.
All right.
Yeah, he could have handled that better. But bringing
I remember
up
when he first dropped that document, dude, it literally became a meme overnight because of how bad it was.
All right. Again, he was going with legal advice he was being given from
I'm
people
crashing
who
out.
knew more than he
I'm
did.
crashing out.
This was way before the Toon Critic drama, so the Bruni community was just ready to bury Lily/Josh drama underground and ignore it. Yeah, I think there's a lot of truth to that as well.
But if he was misinformed or was misinterpreted, I guarantee he didn't do it thinking on his own that it was the right thing to do. He went with okay.
I don't know
people
anything
said
about
I need
Josh.
to do
I don't
this
know
first,
anything
so
about
I'm
Josh
going to
at
do
all.
it.
Well, Josh
I hate
also
him
has to
because
learn a
he's
very
cringe and made that
valuable lesson
little
about
Frozen
idiots
cover
who dick
song.
with them
I
on the
think
internet.
that's worthy of hate.
If they're that laughable, just make fun of them.
Speaking of Josh, back to proof of child grooming. What about the whole Fire Rose situation?
Oh, they're talking about it. They're
Unfortunately,
talking
that
about
is
it now.
actually something where what she was.
Fire Rose?
Ink Rose was.
Interesting. Why didn't you bring
Now
it to
they're gonna
Josh?
accuse
What, the person who has his own problems currently?
Someone who, again, 16 is an age of consent in Canada. So it could easily be seen like we saw it back in the day as.
Sorry, I hate to say this. If you actively know what the age of consent law is in your state, you're a fucking creep. All right. Do you know why I don't know what the age of consent is in my state? Do you know what the age? You know why I don't care what the age of consent is in my state? Because I don't date fucking teenagers.
Thing I have not looked into because it looked like really stupid, badly planned out fan fiction garbage, and whoever enabled that is a mentally stunted halfwit. But then again,
you're so
Brony
smart,
community,
Lyle. You're
I'm
so
used to
that your
at this
wordplay
point.
is amazing.
But the point is,
you just don't have the vernacular.
Need consistent proof. I'm going to wind up directing you to somebody who is working on a massive expose video on Lily that will go on a channel larger than mine. There, you'd probably be able to help this person out if you can gather proper information.
She
But there's
just
nothing I
doesn't
can do
have the
about it unless an
vernacular that she
actual
thinks she
child is
possesses.
involved. Because if I were to go after every single person,
Get you, dude. You're in a. Sorry, you cut out.
Where'd I cut out at?
He didn't cut out.
It's very odd.
Might just be
cut
my
out.
internet.
Yeah.
Would have cut out for her then.
If I were to go after people who either drew or consumed stuff like Lolicon, I would not get a day's rest. There are so many of them. It's abhorrent, it's immoral, but here in the States specifically, we don't have laws against it.
Type of this stuff.
No, Canada does.
We just need to find the right statute and see if it applies, because it might not. I mean, remember when you guys dealt with the whole KP situation and people were throwing out citations of laws about KP stuff, and
out.
you actually looked at it and it didn't make a lick of sense?
Yes,
Yeah.
Brett. What's up, Brett?
Sometimes that happens.
Actually, I
hold on.
don't, because I was not directly involved in any of the KP stuff. I just know that people.
What
is that, my mother?
Dealing with the KP stuff.
Yeah.
I think Lyle just admitted that he removed evidence from the logs.
So it's not consistent. It's not consistent. The fact that Lily was actively encouraging an adult to date a minor at the time, they didn't end up dating, but she was encouraging it and making comments like, "Oh, she won't be underage for long," and disgusting crap like that.
Yeah.
That's
The fact that she had an account full of Lolly
That's
and Shota favorited, over 4,000 images total, over 140 were those. Over 140 of those were explicitly of children. The fact that Lily had numerous fiction where she wrote stories between children and adults, that's not consistent. That's not consistent. What about that is inconsistent?
It's inconsistent because he doesn't look like the hero. And he can't make himself seem virtuous and the savior.
Oh my God.
That's why it's inconsistent and
Lyle
not enough.
Lyle Convoy, the savior of the rape to everybody.
Savior of the rape.
Yep.
I'm gonna say that again, folks. 4,000 images.
Ugh. That's the kind of shit that gets senators fucking removed from office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, we're gonna notate that. We're notating that.
Write it down. Write that down.
Write that down. Write that down.
Write that down.
We're putting that here.
Barb!
I don't want to
where
be
are
here.
you?
I don't want to be here anymore. This is
4,000 images.
awful.
4,000.
4,000 images.
That's the most insane thing ever.
Anything that has to do with confrontation, you guys
Oy.
Did she download all of them at the library?
At the library.
Because like she got banned from her local library for printing off Gardevoir porn.
Yeah, I was about to ask, was that her, Poppy? Yeah, she got banned from her library for printing out Pokemon porn.
Yeah, Gardevoir specifically.
And then hid it under the shed where Courtney found it and told their parents, and Lily got banned. Well, Lily got banned, and then Courtney told their parents that's why Lily was banned.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was so funny.
She was
She's speaking! She's speaking! You're breaking the mic, sister.
I'm not even breaking the mic. I'm looking at the audio. I am screaming so loud that my vocal cords cannot produce a note that high.
Valid reaction.
For your life and your soul.
Oh,
it's so funny.
It's not the vibes.
The street change. Oh my gosh, that's bad.
Fucking
Beyonce.
5 million hits of psychic damage.
Oh, I don't have enough D12s for that one.
Hold on.
I can't.
Hold
I
on.
can't do this.
Ugh.
Yeah, I think she eventually succeeded, right? It took fucking ages. Cope, keep getting one guide.
We have fun around here.
We have
Evidently.
4,000 points of psychic damage. 1 point of psychic damage for every image in her fucking goddamn.
Wait, hold on.
I love the internet so much.
It's such a beautiful place.
Politics, because a lot of this is just.
I know, right, Mom?
You were given information.
Whoa! This is a strong message!
Why would you say that?
If you know how I feel, why would you say that?
I don't know why
you
you're
put me
even
in such
here.
an uncomfortable situation. Like, you know I'm not happy. You know I'm trying.
I don't know why I'm even on this stream. I just saw the link in chat and I saw the fucking group chat was open and I clicked it.
I'm just here because I love pain.
I'm having
Real shit.
I just took 1 billion points of psychic damage. I took 1 point of psychic damage for every chapter of Stockholm.
I'm gonna be real.
I died.
The 4,000, it hit, but the damage didn't hit that hard because it's like, yeah, that's something Lily would do.
Yeah,
it really
that's
is
right.
so
That's something straight out of the C. Diddy playbook.
Hold on, wait, we need to. I need my emotional support Pokemon right now. Hold on.
Gardevoir?
Which one is?
Was it
God,
Gardevoir?
no.
Don't say that.
Because that's how they recorded him too, by
Which one is it?
Okay, hold on.
Okay,
I'm adding an image to the chat. I'm adding an image to the stream just for this because I think it'll be funny. Because I love.
I don't even have the stream open.
And just for clarification, the 4,000 images were what she had in that account total. About 142-ish of those were blacklisted content, which you can't even see unless you have an account because it was considered borderline to outright illegal material depending on what country you were in.
God, I forgot about that.
God damn it,
There is.
Why you do this?
Who the fuck's
No,
here?
Gardevoir.
Why? Also, I forget who coined it, but I've been calling Lorch C. Diddy ever since I saw someone call her that because I think it's funny as hell.
Nobody
Yeah.
tell
I forget.
Nobody tell Lorch
I
about
forget.
Nobody tell Lorch about the life-size Gardevoir plush you can buy.
She already knows about it, I'm pretty sure.
Seska,
Yeah,
she
it's like
Yeah.
her bedding situation is that one meme is like me, my wife, and her life-size Gardevoir plushie.
ruined the wholesomeness of that meme. How dare you?
I know
I mean, she has
written
an alternate version of that where it's like, yes, me, my boyfriend, and the $500 Marie plush.
I mean, she's written more than a few. She's written more than
And
a
then
few
there's
Madhouse
also a
snippets about
boyfriend
that.
version. There's
Yeah,
Oh God.
it's funny.
Yes, me, my husband, and our $500 because those two I think got married. I might be wrong, but those two actually did get married. The people who made the original meme.
I know
Oh, they did?
I know that Gardevoir blush smell crazy.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, I finally got
But
back from my bath. Is Beckett still being a janitor and sweeping super hard?
He's
Yeah.
gone from
We're
he's
yes,
gone to
but we're far beyond that
Yeah.
right now.
yeah, he's
Oh,
gone
well.
from being he's gone from sweeping to being a sleeve.
Yeah.
Like he
The
he
broom,
called us
the broom
out.
is in his ass at this point.
He called us
Yeah.
out for stream sniping. Chris Van Ark said he's gonna sue us.
Yeah.
On what grounds? On what grounds, white? On what grounds, basic white boy?
Sue me, Chris. Barbie will be my
Okay,
lawyer.
I'm being informed
We're
that
pulling
Lio is
Barbie.
running with the BS narrative that I am Lily's ex. So I would like to say, for the 4,000th time, I am not Lily Orchard's ex.
I'm putting
We
that in-
never dated.
Yeah.
I never wanted to date her. That was
Yeah.
the main point of contention between us. Is she wanted to date me, and I'm gay, and she was identifying as straight and cis at the time.
Yep.
I'm gonna put that in
I
Becca's
also-
chat right now just to clarify.
As if he'll actually read it.
As if
I also
any of
find
them
it very
actually care.
interesting that they're going out of their way to say, "Oh, we don't have enough consistent evidence to really prove that Lily is this or that." Yet they're
Oh,
looking
you
at
spineless
a
bitches.
random animation
Wait, I think he's
of
reading it.
Josh and Ink,
Hold on,
and they're
hold on.
they're picking out little things in my chats to be like, "Oh, well, these two are kind of weird and suspicious, don't you think?" It's like, what? What are we doing?
What the fuck
Hey,
is we
Brett,
doing here?
Hold on, everyone shut up. A
Malcolm
woman
is
talking.
asking.
Wait, what's
Woman's
Malcolm
talking.
asking?
So I'm probably just misreading it.
Malcolm was asking how long the recorded
Like,
call
before we
was.
could even forward it to the police.
I don't even
That was the
remember.
problem.
Okay,
I
when
didn't
did
know
you
the
guys
call
have
was
with him? I know
recorded.
you weren't there, but
I
Mm.
haven't been paying attention to how long it was.
Hey,
I
Britt, what is
do
the
not remember
what is
because that is
the
something that I have not
law
kept,
for
dates.
consenting
There's
to
time to bust some
recordings
bubbles
in
here.
your state?
How long does it take to make a police report?
I don't
The
know,
thing is,
frankly. I don't care. It's not something that
You should forward it to the
I-
police
it's
first.
not
afterwards.
something that's
I-
worth
But
Should be.
pursuing.
about it is asking
It
them.
should be because without your
Yeah.
consent,
The thing is, it
It's-
got leaked
It's a
before we
one-party
could even
consent
forward
state
it
in
to the
Texas.
police. That
Yeah.
was the problem.
And we're both
Okay,
in
when
Texas,
did you
Yeah.
guys
so
have
it wouldn't
the
God
matter.
damn
I
it.
know you weren't
It is
there,
in
In
our
my-
state, in our beautiful Lone Star Republic. It is legal to record
Do not
as
remember
long
because
as
that is something
without
that
people
I have
Yeah.
knowing.
not kept the dates on.
but
And in
And
Texas,
also for
and in-
How
clarification,
long does it
in
take to make a
case
police report?
Shining Shit is listening,
I do not know. I have
I'm
never
not
made
upset
a
that the
police
call
report.
was recorded.
It
I'm
takes
upset that I
all of
wasn't
5
told
seconds
it was
to Google
being
your local
recorded.
PD and
Yeah.
call them.
Go
Like-
be a father,
Yeah.
shining shit.
Between the call
Yeah.
you guys had,
You know, quit being such a punk ass basic white boy and go be an actual father.
Yeah.
He can't be an
Hey,
actual father.
his-
He's busy playing with his dinosaur toys in the backyard.
Is
No, I meant,
is
shining.
it's
I meant
not
shining
even his
shit, not
dinosaur
lie.
toys.
that's unacceptable.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna
I
go
mean,
back to
so-
Stefan.
So if that
Okay,
came out before
okay.
a police report was made, why did people sit on it for 3 days?
I believe they wanted to inform everyone who was close to
Stream
Toon about
sniping.
what had happened first.
Yeah, this is the Toon Critic stuff. They did this weird thing where they had.
What?
They were unquestionably Like, actually, from what I can understand from, like, the history there, British Ninja didn't want to do this. British Ninja just wanted to go to the police, like, immediately. But a lot of people in the Twin Critic stuff, like, wanted to do this thing where they're like, ooh, we should be, like, careful about this and warn the community so they can all distance themselves and find their positions and no one's blindsided so it doesn't affect anyone's career. It was hyper gay shit. Okay, cool. Listen, we're going to take a break for, like, 2 minutes. Because I need a quick walk around my house, I think. My back is starting to fucking ache. But I will put on some music. I need more sleep in my life, guys. What should we have? What should we have? What do we like?
Okay, someone tell me when Beckett's little stream is over. Okay.
The
I'm
orange,
back. Beckett's little
all
stream
of the
is
orange got
paused.
hooked.
Okay, so someone tell me when Beckett starts yapping again. Okay.
Okay.
We'll go back to stream. Okay.
Okie
So,
dokie.
Excuse me.
You may.
I remember when I was in
Chain
Germany,
reaction.
I was lined up for a queue for something, and I leaned against a wall while we were queuing. My friend, who was German, looked at me. She goes, I always thought that was a meme that we told each other. And I looked at her, I was like, what? She goes, the American lean. I thought that was just like something we had. I didn't realize you guys actually just refused to stand. I was like, welcome to
hang on,
America.
time out. A woman is
We will
speaking.
lean.
Woman is speaking. Thank you for subscribing, Rose. You're amazing. Rose Waver, thank you for the subscription. You are my hero. You are the light of my life. You're the wind beneath my wings. Thank you.
Strongest soldier.
You are one of my strongest soldiers. Thank you.
Well, yeah, I laughed at her. I basically explained to her, I was like, welcome to being an American. If I can lean instead of standing, I will do so. I will sit if you ask me to, I was like, I will do everything in my power except stand in a straight line. And
That's
her
true.
she gave me, I'm going to explain to you, she gave me this long 1,000-yard stare, and she's like, are you allergic to standing in a straight line? I was like, no.
So when I was learning how to glow, I will say that when I was learning how to glow, they taught us specifically to unlearn the American lean because Americans really love leaning, and
oh, we do.
Yeah,
We
were specifically taught to not do that.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
No, I didn't realize that it was such a big deal. It's because I started leaning outside of one of my professor's classrooms waiting for, him to open up the door, and he opened it one time, and he saw me, and he just gave me this look. He's like, is your leg broken? And I was like, no. He's like, then why are you leaning?
That's actually how they catch a lot of that's actually how they catch a lot of American assets overseas that are undercover is the fucking American lean. That's why they taught us specifically don't lean. Don't do it. Just fucking stand. Just fucking stand.
I can't help it. I have to learn how to fucking balance again because my eardrum.
Oh, I
could
laughed
spy.
about it so much because
You wouldn't
I
be a
loved
good
it
spy.
so
You wouldn't
much
be a good
because
intelligence
literally
asset.
in her phone, because we were roommates, right? In her phone, she literally had me as American leaner, and I was like, "This is bullshit, dude."
And they were roommates. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And they were roommates.
They were roommates.
She had 2 boyfriends. I was not going to pretend to compete with that.
Okay, so not to bust in with more horror, but Lio is now pulling something really gross.
Oh, what's he doing? Okay, hold on. I'm deafening again.
So apparently,
I don't have a cigarette. This feels like a
okay,
natural
so
pulse point for
for
5.
context,
Look, I'm very
Lily within the
one-guyable,
past
guys. If anyone's got any
couple
thoughts,
years
now's a good time
has
to fucking type them
skewed
in
and
chat.
altered the
Let me know what you're
narrative
thinking.
to claim that we are exes. Prior to this, she was always consistent in referring to me as a former friend, and then she switched it up and started painting me as a jilted ex, even though we never dated, which is disgusting as a lesbian who knew her when she still identified as a cis guy, and the fact that she kept basically trying to coerce me into a relationship with her regardless of that fact. Lio is fully fucking aware that we never dated, and that was the main problem between us and the main boundary violation that she kept trying to pull with me. And now he is just straight up quote unquote confirming to people in whatever server he's currently in that we dated.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna hop back to the
someone-
stream. I'm gonna deafen and I'm gonna hop back to stream and then I'm gonna crash out. Okay. I'll be back.
Have fun.
Where they start talking about like fucking like law statutes, like they're actual lawyers. It's completely fucking retarded.
No, that's you, Beckett.
If we make physical fan art, do you have a PO box? I do have a PO box. Yes.
Does anybody think that if
shifting,
we'd
though.
snitched
I think
on
we're getting
him,
a new
June the
one,
King,
'cause
June would be in?
We don't use it much, but yes, people can still and stuff to me. Zeus tent later, maybe. Yeah. Zero arrests by this guy, by the way. True. Listen, all predator hunters are a scourge. It is all fucking smoke, mirrors, and bullshit. Every single one, much like Mama Max, completely fucking useless and basically gouging an audience for money on the basis that he's going to help people. I don't know if you can make the argument that Lyo was gouging money, but like, was Lyo a net benefit for predator hunting? Of course he fucking wasn't. What are you talking about? I mean, Lyo leans on the Vida stuff and the fact that Vida went to jail, but he went to jail for computer crimes. Again, the whole thing was just... I mean, I think Lyo acknowledges this. That's why he's not doing it, because the whole thing was retarded for years. Fuck me. After the first time, you know Jordan was groomed 3 times, right? Like the whatever his name is, the watch guy. Like the last time. Like that was the 3rd time Jordan got fucking groomed. It was just absolutely ridiculous. Zeus Tent was Kino. Base, let's go. Lyo's weird Joker villain monologue is so funny when you realize he's doing them at kids. Yes. Dude.
Are we talking shit about Lyo? I love that.
What did he do? What did he do? Vida had like 3 victims who had testimonies and logs. He was like banged to rights. Or is he the medic? There were logs, you know? To his credit, there were logs. Lyo's probably one of the effective predator hunters that I have... It's probably one of the effective predator hunters that I've seen throughout the RCC. I don't know why people would accuse him of lying about certain situations like this. Effective. I don't know if he was effective. He drove people out of the community who were quote-unquote problematic. But I don't know if that's effective. See, if Lyo was just like at the position of content creator where it's just like, yeah, I'll make a fucking expose video, then maybe, but that's not what he was doing. He was like, we need to get people arrested. We need to get people put in prison. I'm fucking Batman. And it was like, well, that was never going to work. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm gonna mute my microphone for a second because I have to call.
People are asking about these dinos. Oh, they're the Game Dude dinos. They're the Game Dude dinos. They're what I put on whenever I don't have footage for something. These dinos are Game Dude in a public park.
Yeah, of course, Lyo stopped predator hunting because I wasn't getting him anything. And now he just bullies teenagers in fucking Discord calls. Everyone wants to be Chris Hansen. He doesn't have the vernacular, he doesn't have the charisma, he doesn't have the soul, he doesn't have the care. And even Chris Hansen stopped predator hunting because a guy fucking killed himself.
It's dumb. But Lyo especially. Since folks like Doodles and Nezzy keep letting pedos back into the community. Did Nezzy let pedos back into the community? Oh, well, Vida, yeah, sure. Sure, you could argue that. I feel like one of the only good predator hunters is Jaden, but even then, his character is questionable. You'll never hear me defend a predator hunter. I think it's fucking ridiculous. He's the best because all the other predator hunters were worse. I mean, the bar isn't... Listen, like, fuck, now chat's sweeping for Lyo. Stop sweeping for Lyo. No, seriously, actually, unironically.
Beckett, why don't you stop sweeping for Lyo?
Actually, if you want to know what sweeping for Lyo looks like, that's what sweeping for Lyo looks like. Holy shit, he was retarded. Like, there was nothing good here. He was fucking retarded. The predator hunting was retarded. It did nothing but cause trouble. He was an idiot. That really is the end of the conversation. Can you tell the lion to stop repeating Lily's lie that she and Britt dated while she was a cis straight man and Britt was a lesbian? Yeah, sure. They didn't date. Sure. And I think I said that they may have it looked like they were dating earlier. I apologize if that came across as me making a claim or just saying something absent-mindedly. Can we get a link to the dinos video? I'd love to hear it. Yeah, sure. We can do that. It's fucking... there's a stream going over it. I've covered the dino video so many times, actually. Brit's only mad that Lio started dragging her name through the mud. That's interesting, actually. I haven't heard that. Because, again, like, I'm only hearing this from the
What the
perspective
fuck are you
of
talking
people
about,
keep
Lio?
bringing this call up to me. Like, if Lio
Lio,
is
what the
dragging
fuck are you talking
Brit's
about?
name through the mud, I'd be interested to hear or see that, I guess. Because,
What do
yeah,
you
that would
mean?
be a
That's
shitty
the
thing
only
to
thing
do.
this call has been. You've just been dragging her name through the fucking
Do
mud.
I think
What are you
that,
talking
Brit's
about?
evidence was particularly strong of Lily being a groomer? No, but like, do I think the evidence is? Do I
Beckett,
think the
get in my
evidence
call.
is there that Lily is a
Beckett, come here.
manipulative sociopath from
Beckett,
Brit's
come to me.
evidence? And I'm just talking about just from Brit's evidence. Yeah, I think so.
Beckett, you need to fucking call me right now.
There's only one good predator hunter, and that's the dude that fucked up EDP's. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Because you didn't see all of it. Beckett, if you call me right
Princess,
now,
meant for 11 months.
I will
my
show
birthday is
you
on
the
Tuesday.
doc.
Can we do a Game Dude Coconut stream? Maybe. So let's see where I'm at. Possibly.
Beckett, if you call me right now, I will show you the entire fucking thing. Here, dog, come on.
Come on. It's on KF. Okay. Lio started saying Brit didn't give him evidence when she gave him all she had. That's literally it. And then
Don't
he
tell him to
started
call me,
showing
Melina.
off this call she
Please
didn't know about.
I'm kidding.
That's an interesting way to put it. Because I don't know if I agree with that. It's not whether Brit didn't give him evidence. Brit didn't give him enough evidence for what she's asking for in the call.
I will show Beckett this fucking shit right now.
Someone wants to give Seska my fucking ad. Seska can call me. I don't mind.
Okay, cool. Cool.
He's actually good now. He's got.
I'll call
over 50
Beckett right
pedos
now.
Arrested and convicted. So true.
Melina, give me his app right now. Where is he? Is he in chat? I'm calling him right now. Give me a shit. Give me a shit right now, Melina. No, we're fucking cooking with gas now. It's girly pop time. Come on, Beckett. Ooh, Beckett. Okay. Someone give me Beckett's fucking shit right now. It's that? That is his screen name? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. But you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm gonna message him right now. Oh, he just messaged me. Okay, cool. He literally just messaged me. Okay, great. Hi, Beckett. How are you doing today?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing well. We're having a little girl time.
Girl time is good.
We love a little girl time. We love a girl. I got my listening ears on. If you look at my stream, you'll see my little listening ears. I dressed up as an elf for my Lily Orchard mega stream today because I know that Lily has a weird fetish for elves, and so I wanted to just really talk shit about
nice.
her.
It's considerate. I like it.
Just really wanted to talk shit about her while dressed like the objects of her desires because I think that would just make her brain break, and I really wanted to just break her brain. So
sure. I feel like, okay, I'll be clear. I feel like we're having two different arguments here, and I felt this all the way through this like weird section of drama. Just to be clear, what do you think my point is?
I think that your point is that Lio Convoy is a fucking idiot for being a predator hunter, which is based and correct. I think predator hunters are the dumbest people alive. Yes, Josh, Lily loves elves. Yeah, Lily loves elves. My thing is I don't even... The thing is I think that you just don't have all of the tea. You don't have all the chisme. And I would love to provide with you a little Google Drive that has a lot of shit. It just has a lot of shit about lorch.
I should be clear. My argument here is purely on what Lio was given. So I'm not a Lily defender by any means, and I have covered Lily before, and just off the basis of Stockholm, I'm like, Lily's a nonce.
I don't think that... So from what Brits told me, is that Lio is not telling you everything that he was given, is the thing.
Okay.
So I've just handed you a Google Drive which has pretty much everything that Laya was given and then some. Yeah, lesser older tales. Lily loves elves, and it's cringe and weird. Elves are gross.
Okay. Let's have a look at this.
Yeah.
And again, I'm happy to like potentially. Okay, so
actually,
this
hold
is...
on. I'm giving you a different link. That one was just like one of the pages in the Google Drive. This is the full one.
Yeah, that's the these are the Tara DMs, right?
Yeah, those are the Terra DMs specifically.
Yeah.
But that's just because what we were going over in my stream earlier. It's the page I had open, but this is the whole full fucking thing. This is true. Yeah,
okay,
elves are gross.
Tangential evidence. Lily's reckless and ignorant.
I wouldn't open this whole
so
thing
my question...
in your stream without looking at it first because it does
have
it's
not open.
Okay, cool.
But my question is this.
Sure.
Because I'm happy to accept Lyo's argument with the amount of circumstantial stuff that was thrown at Lily at the time, the fact that Scorcher had been burned, the fact that multiple other people had been burned by this. And in the call, Lyo's question is there a minor? And Britt says no. And my question is, was Lyo given evidence that Lily had groomed and engaged with a minor?
Let me ask the audience here. Britt, you're in the audience here. Was Lyo given any of that evidence? I know that... Oh, God, my headsets are saying low battery at me.
And if so, why wasn't Lyo told that in the call? Like, do you see where I'm coming from with that?
Yeah, I totally get
I know you're
where
you're watching.
Yeah, I know. I get where I'm trying to engage in good faith. I want you to know that right away. I'm not trying to, like...
Yeah, I can tell. No, you're good. Here. You're good. You're absolutely fine.
Thank you. But... So Britt says, TBH, him completely dismissing the lowly Shota stuff completely stonlocked her. So she wasn't able to provide that to him at the time. In my humble opinion here is that lowly Shota stuff should have been it. It should have been a wrap right there. That's enough to get somebody called out in the court of public opinion. In my humble onion, Lyo's not a cop. Lyo's a predator hunter who exposes people on YouTube.
You, but people had already tried it. It's 2022. This had already been tried. This wasn't new. My understanding, because I'd heard stuff about the like zoophilia and pornography stuff to do with patchwork. So this wasn't new. And also from the perspective of like Lily's not safe for work stuff with Stockholm, I mean, these logs were released by Brittany in 2017.
Sure.
So like Lily having this not safe for work page to do with tying her to Stockholm, like was easily provable already. People had tried this shit. Lily had just thrown it back. That's the argument for needing more evidence. I'm not saying, by the way, that Britt is wrong in saying that like Lily's a freak or the Shota stuff or Lolly stuff isn't enough. In the court of public opinion, I completely fucking agree with you.
So at the time,
I'm just saying
Britt is saying that at the time the Lolly Shota account was new information. It was brand new information at the time. So my whole take is, I think that with the platform that Lyo Convoy had, what was being sought was exposing that information to a wider audience than it had previously reached. And
but then Lyo sends them to sorry.
No, please, go ahead, by all means.
But Lyo's like platform at the time was like 6,000 subs, and I agree with you. It would have exposed it to a wider platform. But Opal's already making this massive Lily takedown video, and Lyo sends them to Opal.
Let's see. I've got someone in my chat saying one of the artists has literally got arrested for molesting a child. Lily liked the art. I don't think that's enough to actually call Lily out. You can't really purity check every single account that you're following. I mean, yeah, I think that's cringe. I think Lily.
Yeah, this was the Shadman. That was the Shadman problem.
Yeah, Shadman. I think that anybody who consumes Shadman art belongs in a mental institution, but I'm not in charge. But
yeah, I mean, like, if Lyo's not, because the accusation here is Lyo sweat for it. Well, like, did Lyo handle this well? No, I don't think he did. He never looked at the fucking logs that were sent over in the Discord. That was fucking retarded for him not to do.
Yeah,
like Chris has sat here and said exactly the same fucking thing. Especially because like those logs, I think for the manipulation stuff, especially just the end. The problem with the like Brit logs, the 2017 ones, is not just that I do think that like when you see the full thing, you're like there are bits cut out. It's like it's not great. It's not great fucking look. But on a base level, like they're very hard to read through. They're very hard to piece together. They're all over the fucking place.
So
having
Opal-
just like even the section at the end of how their friendship broke down is really useful because it's clearly Lily giving an ultimatum to manipulate Brit into doing what she wants, while also like kind of passing this, at least in my opinion, and Chris
If I may.
disagrees,
If
in this
I
whole
may.
kind of you're a racist kind of thing.
If I may. So couple things. One, Opal really only did a video about Stockholm, and that was it, it was a helpful video. And Lily even cornered them into taking the video down. So
sure.
Yeah, so I think that there is a wider, if you look in the because the Opal video is actually in the Google Drive that I sent you. If you look at and you can take your time to really review all of it, but the Opal video is just this very, very small part of the larger picture there. You know what I mean? And no,
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah. Okay.
But at the time, the video wasn't out, and Lio just sent them to Opal for the video
because Lily had kind of cornered Opal into taking it down.
Well, no, but I mean, but I mean, at the time this call is happening, Opal hasn't done the video yet. Opal, it's not out, so Lio's like, go to Opal, put this stuff in the video. Because he's like, Opal's doing a video, so I'm not. And other people who have tried this takedown video shit, it hasn't worked because it's all video. I mean, again, I'm amazed. I agree with all of you on this. I'm amazed that Stockholm alone was not enough to take down Lily Orchard. I think it's fucking crazy. But, like, that is the reality.
Okay. I don't think that really, like, you're going to be able to fully, like, if you're just making call-out posts about somebody, you're not going to really be able to fully take them down. All you can really do is attack their base.
Sure.
So you can really do is just, like, sort of dog them in the... I hate to say dog them because Lily Orchard is a confirmed dog fucker, which is disgusting. But, yeah, my chat roasted me earlier. I was like, I just want to dog Lily for a while when I started the stream up, and then everyone just kind of roasted me for saying dog her. And I fully crashed out. It was very funny. But I think that there's so much more than just the Opal video that could have been covered, and Lio just didn't cover it. And he had the information. I think, honestly, the Loli Shota stuff is enough to get somebody fully just destroyed in the court of public opinion. There's that whole Loli Shota account that she has that's full of blacklisted material on E621. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that I think really could have all been compiled by Lio, and he just instead kind of brushed it aside. I think anyone who brushes aside, like, Loli Shota is incredibly insane. I do think that you should probably read the doc, like, take some time, read the doc yourself, go through, and then compare it to what Lio's telling you.
Well, I mean, what Lio's telling me is very simply, I had a call, they gave me some logs, I asked for if there was a child grooming victim, and told them to go to the police. And okay, so what about this? Like, again, it's the question of court of public opinion versus everything else. And it's not like multiple other people in 2022. Like, I was certainly aware of this shit about Lily in the early 2020s, and I wasn't in the community or anything. This wasn't like hidden information. But what I'm struggling with is, okay, let's just take it piece by piece. Do you disagree with Lio telling them to go to the police and helping them work through the different statutes? And I know we haven't got to that sort of part of the call, but do you disagree with that?
I don't necessarily disagree with going to the police. I think that, again, predator hunting is incredibly stupid, and if you have this kind of information, you should be reporting to police. I'm going to say right now, I'm not entirely familiar with the laws in Canada. I do think that, I do know, actually, for a fact that if the content that Lily Orchard publicly posts about right now is enough to get somebody, like, fully dishonorably discharged from the military, and court-martialed. It actually happened to a dude on the last base that I lived on, which was incredibly funny, by the way. And I think that's really something that should be reported, but the Canadian police really aren't going to listen. I'm going to be honest, cops don't really give a shit about this kind of thing.
Well, no, Lio says this in the call.
Yeah.
And it's like, but they're coming to Lio as a predator hunter. And while that's incredibly retarded, they're not asking a 100K sub YouTuber to do a massive hit piece.
Thank you so much for the follow, Jer Bear. Sorry, had to do a quick shout out.
No, you're good. You're good. they're not asking a 100k sub YouTuber to go and do a call out video. They're asking a known predator hunter to predator hunt somebody, and I don't think that's the same thing.
Okay, here's
And
I have a question
like,
from my chat that they're asking you. Did Lio give you the logs that I'm showing you, or did he give you the ones that he's been sitting on for a few years?
He just gave me like the downloaded thing when he was like looking through it, but he was like, "Well, these are the chat logs referenced in the call."
Okay,
because that's what I was like. So what's in the chat logs?
Yeah, I do remember you going
them.
through the chat logs, which, by the way, I want to say that anybody who uses light mode for Skype or any other chat is a lunatic. I got flashbanged when you pull those up.
Yeah, I apologize. Like, I have no idea how to turn a log like that into fucking dark mode. It's horrific.
Oh, I'll send you. I have an extension for my browser that makes everything dark mode. I'll send it to you.
Oh, based.
Yeah,
it's I mean, because I just looked at that at the same time. Like, a lot of this stuff seems to have been public. It also doesn't answer, in my opinion, the core concern, which is, Lio says in the call, a lot of people will just look at Lolly and Shota stuff and say it's drawings, and Lily will weasel out of it, which is true because she was able to do it with Stockholm. And I understand your argument of the Lolly Shota stuff should be enough. You gotta remember, in the period this was happening, when all of this was coming out about her, not only did Lily do videos on grooming to turn herself into a pedo hunter at one point, but completely reinvented herself with the Steven Universe stuff and built an entirely new audience who, like, Lily in one of her videos references Stockholm as bad subtext. She talks about it while attacking Rebecca Sugar.
Yeah, I talked about this earlier. I would also like to point out that I think it's truly fucking insane that Lily Orchard is trying to pretend she didn't write Stockholm Now, while she, for years, was bragging about writing it, and still uses the character.
Lunatic.
Insane, just a truly insane person. So, I do have a question though. Lio's a pattern of sitting on proof of like people that he associates with being super predatory, and this is one of those examples. I think we can both agree that like Lily is an example of somebody being super duper predatory and kind of grooming people, even if they're not necessarily minors. You can still groom. I would say you can probably still groom adults. You can call it whatever you want, but even if somebody's like,
okay, so I had this conversation with somebody else. I would say it's manipulation. I think grooming has really strong connotations in internet culture, and I think you should be careful about that word because you will water down accusations you make in the future.
That's a fair take.
That's my issue.
I'm using the actual definition of grooming, so I think it is manipulative, but I think that like this is somebody who was trying to manipulate people to be sexual with them, and this
I completely agree with you there. I think Lily has a pattern, and I think it's not just true in these logs. I think it's true in other interactions she's had. I think it was true as much as like I don't give a fuck about patchwork. I think you can probably make that accusation like argument for some of the patchwork stuff, not nearly enough to excuse this shit. Let's just going back a second.
Of course,
Lio sits on evidence of people being predatory.
Yeah,
I don't know if I agree with you. Lio sits on evidence of... Dude, okay. Can you give me an example? Because maybe I'm just not seeing it. And, like, I don't want to sit here and be like, he doesn't do that. But I can't think of a time when he's done that. When I look at Coyote, when I look at Vita, when I look at, like, his friends, or when I look at the stuff that's, like, when stuff comes to him, even when he's friendly with it, and it's, like, over his particular line, he tends to go after people. So... That's been my experience looking through Lio's history. So if you've got an example where he hasn't done that, I think that'd be interesting.
Well, yeah, this is an example. He sat on these docs about Lily for 3 years.
But, I mean... Wait. Lio standard, though, was going after Courtney. How's he sitting on them if he's sending them to go to Opal? That's not sitting on them. That's going... The person who should bring it out is Opal. He's not going, never release these. This is terrible. He's going, go to Opal. She's doing a hit piece.
Opal was doing a piece specifically on Stockholm. I think that, you know, this is him sweeping for Lily, for just... Yeah, this is him sweeping for Lily.
But why? What's the incentive?
I don't know. Genuinely.
What's the incentive?
Genuinely, I have no idea what the incentive is. I have no idea why people sweep for Lily as hard as they do.
But again, okay. I'm failing to see the sweeping angle. I don't understand the sweeping angle if he's acknowledging in the call that she's probably a pedophile, that he's trying to help them with statutes, that if he's sending them to fucking Opal, who's going after her based on Stockholm, sure, but this is all the additional stuff that could go in that video.
Oh wait, here's another example of Lyle sitting on Docs. So let's see. Some Mista something, I don't remember his name, apparently had a call with him that he had held on to for a year and told no one that he was a predator, then got mad at Sai when Mista was in her server. Because he's acting like
Mista?
He doesn't matter. Mista something, I don't remember the full name. What was the... Chat, help me out here. What was the full name of this person? Come on.
Yeah, I've not heard this
Speed it
before,
up.
so
Speed it
I've
up,
got no
chat.
idea.
Mr. Joe, there we go. Okay.
I've not heard this shit at all, so I've got no fucking idea.
Yeah, Mr. Joe is the person.
And I need to hear some context for what the fuck that even is before I can.
I will have some of that forwarded to you. I've got you in my Discord now, so I can have it forwarded to you.
Yeah.
I'm very chill here.
Because again, I should be clear. The idea that I don't question Lio is the reason I know about this call is because the Courtney Pete stuff happened.
Yeah.
And like Lio was like, well, Sai should do a video on Lily Orchard. I think it's like great, and like using Courtney. And the exact thing I said was, well, why the fuck haven't you? And then he said, well, people came to me and here's the fucking call. So it's not like I'm not questioning it, because if I wasn't, I wouldn't know the call existed. Do you see where I'm coming from?
But also, you might not know about it because Lio sat on it.
Well, there was no reason to release it, right?
If he's a predator and Lio's whole thing is predator hunting, he would obviously want to release it, right?
Yeah, but why would there be a reason to release this call on Brittany? Because I did think it was public, to be fair, because so many calls get released. But like, Brittany's not doing anything wrong in this call. There's nothing. It's just they have a call. Lio's like, I can't help you. Go to the police and go to Opal.
Sure.
But
Britt went to Lio because, you know, Lio was Britt's friend at the time, you know? Also, by the way, I love the Dino Bits. They're super cute. Oh, something about...
Thank you.
Someone told me to mention Doodle Tones. I don't know who that is. I don't know who Doodle Tones is. You need to provide context. We're like halfway through.
Sure. If people want to make an argument that Lio was sweeping for Doodle Tones, I'll just agree with them. Because I've been saying this... When Doodle Tones finally got assassinated recently, I was just like, yes, based. I've been saying this is going to happen and blow up in your face for like a year. Like, yeah. Lio, in my opinion, didn't like ignored a load of fucking red flags around Doodle Tones, Heaton, and Nezzy Monster, and then it fucking exploded on him. And it like part of that was, to be fair to Lio, he was talking to like Chuli about all of this. He helped Chuli bring things to light, but yes, he absolutely didn't say like see the red flags with people like Doodle Tones, and even with the like accusations towards Doodle Tones of like their diaper fetish stuff, Lio's argument was, well, she was groomed, which makes no sense in the timeline because Doodle Tones was into this fetish shit before they'd ever encountered their groomer, and Lio ignores this. So, and I've said all this publicly, by the way, multiple times. So if I don't mean to sound frustrated with you because I'm not. If I sound frustrated with the whole kind of like, well, Beckett won't criticize Lio, it's like, well, I have been constantly, even while on like not bad terms with him.
Of course.
So it's kind of like, it feels from my perspective, like you just have, like people just haven't watched the coverage. And I'm just like, okay, cool.
No, I get where you're coming from.
Chris has done the same thing.
I get where you're coming from. One hundo. I don't think you're frustrated with me at all. I think this is just a genuinely annoying, really stupid situation. So I get where you're coming from. I do. But I would have to ask, are there not the same red flags here? Like with the Brit situation?
Around Lily?
Yeah, like around Lily. Like, are there not the same red flags? Like...
Well, that's an interesting question. I would actually argue not as explicitly as the ones around Doodle Tones, and Doodle Tones isn't even a groomer as far as I'm aware.
No, Doodle Tones is just a freak.
But okay, just a freak. Yeah, the problem is that when looking at the art community, everyone draws really fucking sus shit, and then people are very picky choosy on when they want to go after people for like lolicon and shit. It's actually kind of gross. This happened in the FCK stuff. Like Fuchsia Butters, you're not going to know who any of these people are. That's okay. But like Fuchsia Butters goes after a 16-year-old kid named Akumu, calling him homophobic because Akumu says that Shotacon between two My Hero Academia characters, I believe, is pedophilic. And Fuchsia Butter paints this as homophobic, and the entire community eats it up. So, like, the idea that people wouldn't, like, selectively sweep for this is just, like, there are plenty of examples of them doing it. And it's gross. It's fucking gross. But, like, I personally, from watching the Lily Orchard stuff from the outside for years, until Courtney comes on the scene and goes, I am the sister of Lily Orchard. I was a child. She abused me. You do not have what you need for an effective takedown because Lily is so fucking slippery. And you've got to remember also, every time somebody went at Lily, she did two things. She said, it's because they don't like my cartoons, you know, the anti-Josh, anti-FNGR argument, or they're transphobic.
Yeah, no, I think that, and as a trans woman, Lily does not speak for me. I think it's super annoying when trans women do the whole, like, when you call me out for, like, justifiably evil behavior, you're just being transphobic. I hate when people do that. My issue.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's stupid.
Yeah. Go on.
Okay, yeah, Britt doesn't really want to... I was talking to Britt earlier. We had Britt in stream earlier. We were going through pretty much all of the Terra Kali stuff. We're doing a Lorch super stream right now, where we're going through literally everything. And we've been going at it for about 9 hours straight today. Probably going to end up going to bed pretty soon. But we're doing a whole... Oh, well, thank you, Poto. Sorry, I'm also looking at your chat here. I got a little stun lock there for a second. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, like, again, my thing is entirely like, if you come to me and go, Lily Orchard is a freak and Stockholm and showed her is enough evidence to it, I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. I'd fucking, it'd be crazy not to. But if the question is like what was brought to light, I can only really go on the call. I can only go at the context at the time and like what was going on. And like I'm agreeing, as was Chris, like Lyo didn't do his due diligence, but the fact that Lyo was a bad predator hunter, I mean, I don't know if you saw me calling out people in chat who were defending his predator hunting.
No, I think Lyo is one of the dumbest people alive.
He was fucking shit at it. But here's like the problem. It's like, well, I think he's shit at it. That's not the same as sweeping.
Okay. Yeah.
Like it can't be both. Either like it could be both, but like from my perspective, he's just bad at it. And this happened with the FCK stuff. He had the FCK logs handed to him, and he handed them off to other people because he didn't have the time or focus to deal with it. And that whole drama was going on for 5 years, and that was mishandled by multiple fucking people, and also included minors, and didn't get the attention it needed. And Lyo was easily manipulated by people into helping cover for it. He didn't know enough to actually cover for it, but they used him as a cudgel to get away with the shit that had got on there. Like, I don't think we're going to disagree on these things.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to disagree either. But my big issue here is that, one, why is he dragging Britt's name through the mud now? When all Britt was tried to do was get him to call out Lily Orchard. Why drag Britt's name through the mud? Why bring her up out of nowhere, especially years later, years after the fact? I think that's cringe and stupid. Secondly, my biggest gripe with Lyo Convoy isn't even the predator hunting. It's that since he's stopped doing the predator hunting, it seems all he does is sit in a Discord call and then pick a different, like, maladjusted 19-year-old to bully with 5 other people. And now all he's doing is just downplaying how bad of a predator hunter he was and shifting the blame onto other people. That's my real only issue with Lyo Convoy at this point.
Okay, so I'll give 2 perspectives. Firstly, my understanding, and why I'm even fucking hearing about this, is because this was brought up to attack Lyo. Like, that's...
Lyo brought Britt up first, is from my understanding.
That's not my understanding, but I'm happy to see evidence on the other side. Because my understanding was this was... Yeah, like... And again, my understanding was this wasn't brought up by Britt. This was brought up by somebody else to attack Lyo. And that's my thing. Of the way of seeing this, because like this was the question that got asked, and like I got DM'd a load last night about this call, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just go over it then, because there's nothing in it. In my opinion.
Chat, I have terrible news. I've run out of champagne. Okay, sorry. We've been burning through the remains of my champagne, and I ran out today. I bought some for a party I had last night, and I was down to like the last bit, and I ran out. And honestly, that means it's time for stream to end pretty soon. But yeah, so my big issue here is just that I think Lyo's dragging Britt's name through mud, specifically to shift blame away from himself for his own failures at being a terrible predator hunter. In doing so, I think he's probably sweeping for Lily, not out of any sort of affection for Lily, but as a way to deflect how terrible of a predator hunter he was.
Okay, so I feel like some of these, like, and it's like the grooming thing, some of these have charged language in, like, the internet space. So if it's just like, yeah, Lyo fucked this up, sure. But, I mean, again, this isn't, like, a great deal of surprise from, like, the general criticisms he's got for ages over this shit. What I would say is, pulling 19-year-olds in. So, again, like, this is an argument I've made it a few times. I'm in commentary. I don't care that much about Spurs getting a call as long as it's not this moral grandstanding thing of like, we're going to ruin your fucking life. Yeah. If it's just like, so the Dreamer stuff happened and it's like, well, Dreamer has made a video on me that was like 2 hours long. He's like constantly engaged. She went into Vlad's server. He constantly tried to get Lyo's attention. I just don't care that much that Lyo ends up on a call with him in public and shits on him. I just don't think that that's a big deal. And one thing that annoys me with all this
prerogative.
Stuff, well, yeah, and again, like if people are like, "Well, commentary's shitty," and like you make money off people's misery, it's like, yeah, I'm a drama streamer. Obviously, I've never argued anything different.
We love a little drama stream.
Drama stream is lovely. I do enjoy it. And I'm very open. I'm very honest about this. You can see these takes all the way through my like commentary. You can see it on Twitter. I'm very honest and open about what I am. I am a bottom of the barrel drama streamer. I just happen to like doing research.
Period. Period. The house down boots. So my questions. So I do have a couple questions here from the chat that I would love for you to answer because I don't have the answer for them. Okay. So we've got Lyo was aware of the Ginger situation and the E621 count after the call and still went on his little Lily Orchard sweep crusade because you have to admit that before he really had no other choice to call her out. He was on a little bit of a sweep crusade there.
Wait, was he?
A little bit, just a little bit. He had a little self-care sweeping for Lily Orchard, and so we've also got, let's see here. He put the authority on himself to be a predator hunter, and when you put that authority on yourself, you have to hold yourself to that standard. Sure. Let's see what else we have here. Lyo's literally dragging Britt right now in his Discord.
Can I do those?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Can we do those two?
Sure.
So first one. The Ginger one. In this call, Ginger comes up again. I know we haven't got there yet, but obviously I listened to this earlier today because I was like, wait, what the fuck is in this call? Ginger comes up again and is mentioned as, this is like pretty much verbatim. Britt, like Ginger was 16 in Lily's Discord. And then they started dating when Ginger was 18. That is pretty much all. That is all the information he has given. There is no indication in this call that he knows about the Tumblr logs. That doesn't even seem fucking accurate from what I understand of the Ginger situation. Should Lyo have looked into it more? Yes, completely
100%.
agree with you. But that's not the information he's given by Britt. In the call. The other thing with the Ginger is like a problem, and I speak from experience here, of that they are friendly with Lily. Therefore, it is very hard to do anything with the Ginger stuff. You're never going to get the logs. You're never going to get an honest take. And if you go after Lily using Ginger, the victim will not be on your side. And that is a major fucking problem for anything like a public call out. Because it means that you are going, this person's a victim, and the victim is disagreeing with you publicly. It is not usable, really, for public call out. You could probably use it in like a criminal sense. Sure, if you could get hard evidence. But that's the one there. What was the second? That's just my take on the Ginger stuff as well. Like,
Yeah,
he should have looked into it more. He didn't, but he wasn't good.
Yeah, Britt, where did you post that?
Info.
Britt, where did you post that? Sorry, Britt says that we have a screenshot of Lyo just straight up calling Britt a liar, which is going to be interesting. I also do think it's and while I'm looking for that, I also do think it's important to address the whole like catfishing with Tara Callie thing. I think that's a really, really, really important part of this that I think kind of gets brushed aside a lot because I mean I read through the logs with Tara Callie not like 2 hours ago, and it does look like Lily we're all in agreement that Terra Callie is Lily, right? Just making sure we're on the same page there.
Yeah.
Okay,
like,
great.
obviously,
So-
this is Lily pushing the boundaries to see what Brit's okay with.
Exactly. So my question here is, like, this is very obviously a case of Lily, I'm getting names mixed up in my brain, I'm so sorry. Lily using the Terra Callie account to try and coax and convince and cajole and catfish Brit into being sexual with Lily. And you have to give me if I pause there. There's a lot of names.
I have not slept much, and my brain actually just shorted out. Can you just repeat that sentence for me?
Yeah, I think our
Sorry,
brains are shorting
apologies.
out a little bit, because there's a lot of names flying around there. So, I think we can both agree that Lily was using the Terra Callie account to try and cajole, manipulate, groom, whatever definition you want to use, Brit into doing sexual or inappropriate things with Brit. I think it's pretty obvious that Lily was using this Terra Callie account to try and see what she could get away with before she could come out on main. That's why before, Lily started being very open about, wanting to fuck 14-year-olds, the Terra Callie account was posting about it. It's that, haha JK unless kind of shit, but through catfishing.
Yeah, and I mean that's pretty clear in the conversation Brit has about the jailbait, where like Lily is pushing. Have you ever had a fantasy about this? Like, I think all the way through these logs, you can see that being pretty clear.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, you'll have to hold on for 1 second. My chat's kind of my Streamlabs is kind of spazzing out for a second, and I want to make sure I don't lose you.
No, you're good.
Okay. Oh my god, sorry. The troubles of streaming with an ultra-wide monitor are endless. Okay. There we go. Now it's working. So, I guess all I can really say is that I would advise comparing what Lio told you he was given and what Lio has provided that he was given with the doc that I've just given you, and just seeing what lines up and what doesn't line up. Also,
so I've got a comment here from Aska, which is Brit lied about what happened between her and Lio and not what happened between her and Lily. Like, clearly how she was treated by Lily is sus as fuck, but that's not what people are talking about. I mean, this is the thing. And I both I and Chris said this earlier. I don't know. This is a call from like 3 years ago. I don't know how well Brit or anybody can be expected to remember this fucking call. And like, because again, at a baseline level, Brit comes in and says, I'm looking into the authorities. That's what Lio seems to provide help for. And I also think I will point out that Luna very much drives this call. Luna is the person like pushing all the directions with Lio. So it's also one of those where I don't know how much, like, by the end, like, I'm just sat here pulling out my fucking hair listening to Luna talk about statutes. And at one point, like, Brit sends a link and it's like a Wikipedia, and Luna's like, it would have been a bit better if you actually like linked to the statutes, not to the Wikipedia. It's just like really annoying sassy shit. Yeah. And like, I want to be clear, I'm not blaming Brit here, but this call is being presented in a way that is just not accurate, and that is a problem. Yeah. If Lio was saying Brit lied, my advice with all this shit is basically, clearly this has ended up as drama, and for those people who don't want it to be drama, shut up, which is the advice I'd give fucking anybody about anything, which I don't think is crazy, because Courtney Pete like posted out like a tweet saying, oh, you know, Beckett's going to talk about Lio sweeping or some shit. Oh, it wasn't a tweet. It was a fucking comment in Cat's Eye that got sent to me.
So Brit's saying, saying that she started the call with, I have her, you know, her porn stash, knowing that he already knew about Stockholm and some of the other contacts, and she's saying that it was immediately brushed off. So we're curious what we're exactly accusing Brit of lying about, and what the evidence for that lie is.
Well, the like evidence of the lie is that Lio is asking for a child grooming victim, which they did not have. That was Lio's standard. He was like, if you want me to go after Lily, you need to find a child that Lily has groomed.
Okay.
Because all this circumstantial stuff hasn't worked, which is true. If Lily can get out of Stockholm, I would argue, and I want to be really clear, I would argue Stockholm is infinitely worse than Lolicon and Shotacon. I would legitimately argue that. Stockholm is a fucking horror show, and if Lily cannot be
T?
taken down with Stockholm, sorry, say that again.
Oh, I said T, as in I was agreeing with you that
yeah, like
that Stockholm
so
is probably the worst thing I've ever read in my life.
It's fucking horrifying. It is unironically fucking horrifying. You're taking the My Little Pony like message of friendship to don't turn your friends in for being pedophilic incestors. It is horrifying. And
Can we
it's
agree that
obviously
bronies belong in prison? Can we agree on that?
No, I've made it. I've made brony friends over the Saber Spark drama. I can't say shit like that. I can say that some bronies belong in prison. Anybody who's doing the whole kind of like the guy who the guy who's like, oh, have you heard about Princess Molestia? That dude, fuck man.
I remember when that happened.
To a fucking child actress. I spoke to Michelle about it, and like she was like, I barely remembered it.
Oh, I remember when that happened. I remember I watched that live. I was covering brony cringe back in like in 2012. I watched that happen live. That was a full crash out moment.
Jesus.
Yeah, we're all brony phobic in this chat.
Like,
bronies for Rikers.
I mean, my argument would be, I understand, like, we can say it's sweeping, we can say it didn't look into it enough, but I don't think it is an insane argument to say Lily got out of Stockholm, she will get out of anything. You need a child victim. I think that is actually reasonable.
Yeah.
At least from the perspective of doing anything serious.
So
you can disagree with me.
No, I'm not gonna disagree with you yet. I'm not saying that I won't disagree. I'm just not gonna disagree with you yet. Let me ask the chat here. So you're saying, let me ask the chat here. So was a child victim not provided? So I've got someone in my chat saying that she did have a child victim at the time, but I don't know.
Okay, so that child victim, my understanding. Okay, so there are two around this period that were used as general arguments. One was a 17-year-old, and if I'm remembering this law correctly, one was a 17-year-old that said that Lily groomed them by having like inappropriate conversations with them when they were 17 and when they were 18, trying to further those inappropriate conversations. And there were very few logs for this from my recollection, and also it wasn't like explicit enough. That's why it was hand waved. The other one is Ginger, and the problem with Ginger is you don't have any logs. All you have is like, and I haven't read through the Tumblr stuff to be clear, but this is my understanding of how Lily got out of it. Was, well, these were all public interactions, and then they ended up dating, which is fucking weird, but it wasn't enough to make a strong groomer allegation. And because like Ginger and Lily were still friends, you didn't have a victim to testify. That was the argument at the time. And I think that's not an insane argument. Now, if you want to say like, do I think that Lily is a risk to people that should be dealt with? I've thought that like from the point where Lily was like on a live stream showing her tits while playing Pokemon. Like,
insane.
Yes, obviously.
My personal favorite
like the
bit of
shit
Lorch
Lily
lore,
was doing publicly.
My personal favorite bit of Lorch lore that I fully crashed out over, I think about an hour ago, was the whole getting banned from the library for printing out Gardevoir porn. That's I think my all-time favorite Lorch lore right now. But yes, I am seeing that there were no logs because they wanted to stop it from happening to any other people out there. So I guess at this point we're gonna have to agree to disagree there. Because I think that what was given to him is more than enough for.
I don't disagree with the intention here. Yeah, I don't disagree with the intention here. I don't think like Brit's like evil or something, and I don't think that like Brit was like some of this, like again with the way the logs end and stuff, are certainly a bit questionable about why this friendship blew up. But no perfect victim, so I think it's kind of irrelevant. And it's clearly being manipulative. But like, yeah, I can see the argument for needing more. But I want to be really clear again through this entire conversation. Even when Chris is on, we're both saying Lio should have looked into this more. Like, we're not disagreeing with that criticism. It's just, I don't think it is the smoking gun. In the same way that Lio apparently doesn't think that, like, the other things about Lily at the time weren't a smoking gun. I don't think this is a smoking gun of Lio was sweeping for Lily. I just don't see that. And I would, if there was evidence of Lio trying to shut down their conversations with Opal, or trying to be like, you can never go to the police ever about any of this. then maybe. But that's just not what happens in the call.
Okay, I see where you're coming from here. My only suggestion would just be take the doc that I gave you there, which is really all I really wanted to give you in the first place.
Can actually, there is one thing I would like from Brett.
Sure.
I'd like evidence that this was sent to Lio, and like, because I can see from the edit dates when it's edited, but like, all I've got is some screenshots that show Brit sending the chat logs. So if Brit has evidence that they sent this document, and then I can look through it and go, well, is there anything stronger there? And I also like, I think it would be helpful for Brit to just say why she says there are no child victims if she knows about Ginger, because I feel like if she'd been in the call and gone, yes, there's Ginger, she was like 14 on Tumblr, and she's been pulled into like Lily's community. Like they talk about this other fucking person like Lizzie. It's like, well, what's the both like Britt and Lizzie are like adults when the accusation's kind of occurring, as far as I can see it. So the focus should be on Ginger. That should have been the focus.
Okay.
And I don't understand why that wasn't the focus.
Yeah, absolutely. So, let's see. Britt's saying, you know, I sent one of the chats, he shut down the rest before I could even get into it, so it was clear he wasn't interested. I think Britt's biggest gripe right now here is that it was kind of shut down before Britt could even send most of the evidence that she had. Because I guess Lio was too interested in sweeping.
So what I'd say is I read this like this call starts with, and I want to be clear, I don't think that's a crazy take from Brett. The start of this call is literally Lio getting in with Serafina and being like, oh, of course it's the Lily shit, because it's, you know, it's Lily in early 2020s.
Yeah, of course.
And this is an endless conversation, the Brony stuff. So if Britt's read is like, well, Lio just sounds dismissive, I think Lio probably was tired. And if the criticism here is like, well, you're meant to be on duty all the time, Mr. Predator Hunter. Yeah, that's fair criticism. He did this to himself.
Yeah, of course.
But also, you know, it's like, I can't blame him for being tired or not wanting to deal with this to some extent. I wouldn't call it. I don't think Sai is sweeping if she doesn't want to make a fucking Lily Orchard is a Predator video. I think that's fucking crazy. I don't think Sai is doing that. So it'd be crazy for me to think that Lio was. Right? And I don't think Sai is sweeping by going after Lily's cartoon takes. I think that's absolutely fine.
I'm gonna be real. I have never seen. I said this earlier today. I have never seen a criticism of Lily Orchard that actually talked about her cartoon takes. It's always been about the fact that she's a fucking freak.
Oh shit! Like because I remember like most of these being about her cartoon takes. When you look at the Scorcher stuff, when you look at FNGR, like the big sort of people who were going after Lily in the 2010s, it was all about her cartoon takes. It was all Lily's the mean one in the community and says mean things about cartoons.
Even back in the 2010s, when I was running my calling out fucking disgusting furry freaks blog, the only stuff I got about Lily Orchard, none of it was ever about her fucking cartoon takes. It was all about like how she was a certified freak, and how Stockholm was disgusting. A big one at the time was that whole fucking Princess Molestia comic, which I don't think she didn't have anything to do with that. But
she had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, she didn't have anything to do with that. But I got a lot of that. I got a lot of Lily Orchard's a freak, Stockholm's a freak shit. I remember how I do remember how bad the Steven Universe video was. But I think at that point I had kind of phased out of like that community, because I was just like, I was in college, I was in school, I was in a lot of other stuff. I had a lot of other shit going on, so I wasn't really around for her.
Well, yeah, Lily was I got this in chat. Lily was infamous for a Steven Universe video. Yeah, like so. But I remember the same thing happening during the Brony stuff. I do remember this. Again, like it could be where like people I was not plugged into this community. So like I first became aware of Lily, I guess 2017, 2018 ish, probably 2018, when the Toon Critic stuff happened. Because I started looking at the Brony community seriously when all the accusations starting to come out, because it was fucking hilarious. But when I was like looking through shit, I just kept seeing stuff about I didn't hear anything about Stockholm for like a year or so. it was all like Lily's fights with people like Josh Scorcher or FNGR, and I was aware of FNGR because of Medica fighting with him.
Yeah.
So
I don't know anything about Josh Scorcher, but I do think that he deserves prison for that terrible Frozen cover. Jail.
Do you like that?
Jail.
Do I need to play that more? It's literally I play that video so much every time Scorcher comes up on these streams. It's so good.
It dealt me 4,000 points of psychic damage.
That's the intention.
Yeah.
But like Scorcher has his own shit around Ink Rose because Ink Rose was a minor. So yeah,
that brings me to another point that I want to make here.
Drinks.
This is another point that I think everyone needs to keep close in their mind, which is anybody who immediately off the top of their head knows the age of consent law for their exact state needs their hard drive examined. There's no I have no idea what the age of consent law in my state is because I never have to worry about it because I don't date people who can't rent a car.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's dude, so much sus shit. So much fucking sus shit.
Also, apparently Lily is the one who kept pushing Josh to date Ink Rose.
Wait, really? Dude, I didn't know that. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone mentioned they did like a fucking like Lily shipped them together. Someone mentioned that in chat earlier.
But that's what Lily says
again,
every time
like,
she wants, like, to... First of all, you shouldn't be shipping real people. You shouldn't be doing that. Period. Point blank. It's weird. It's weird.
True.
Like, it's one step above... Actually, I'd say it's one step below the Wattpad I was sold to One Direction fanfictions. It's gross. It's weird. It's the people who were drawing porn of Markiplier are weird. Don't do it. It's gross. And Lily always says that she ships two people when she's trying to push them to like get into an inappropriate relationship because the only relationships that Lily ships are between like 14-year-old girls and adults. Lily's a creepazoid. I think we can agree on that.
Oh, gotcha. I mean, like, again, I'll be like, I'm happy to say like Lily's a nonce. Like, I have no problem with that. I've been saying that for years. And again, Stockholm is enough for me.
Oh yeah.
But I think like one of my like main things is I tend to judge people by their own standards. I don't really do like, well, you're not meeting my social standard. I don't fucking care. But I'm like, I tend to judge people by their own standards.
I'm the exact opposite. They need to meet my standard or they belong in prison. I should be in charge.
Okay, that's fair enough. I'll pack my shit, I guess.
Yeah, sorry, you gotta go to jail. You're going to Guantanamo Bay immediately. I'm so sorry.
Can I pick where?
No,
wait.
it's
Can
Guantanamo.
I pick where? Can I go to like Swedish jail?
No, it's Guantanamo. I'm so sorry, Beckett.
Yeah, no, I see this and a lot of this through the lens of I was racking my brains earlier. And most of the major callouts Lio seemed to do was he had logs. It was Grizzly the Medic. It was Toon Critic. It was Vida. It was like Coyote at least had like Hypnotist Sappho had like underage victims. The stuff with Jordan. Multiple times Jordan was groomed. He did have logs. I'm sure there are cases where he didn't. But I'd be interested to see what those fucking callouts actually look like. And to be clear, I mean like... I or Chris, none of us are going to sweep for any of the fucking insane shit Lio did during this period.
Yeah, so I guess
it's fucking insanely retarded.
So I guess at this point, I think that really the best move, if you want to listen to like my tiny little channel advice, best move would just be to maybe just do like a full research and deep dive, and then come back and cover this again once like you've gotten both sides of the situation down pat.
Sure. I mean, I'm down to talk to Brett. You can like pass him a thing if she wants to. I don't really mind. I mean, again, I view this as not that big a deal. I should be clear. I'm just sick of hearing about this, like being asked about the call. This is entirely just annoyance driven from my side. I'm happy to look into what Lio was sent. I'd be interested in what Brit means with the shutdown and what Lio was actually given. But like, yeah, I think would you say that we're settled basically on Lio did a shit job with this? And
I think that Lio
didn't pay close enough attention.
Yeah, I think that Lio did a really, really shit job at this, and he surely should have taken Brit a little bit more seriously. And that I think at this point, his main anger with Brit is he's maybe a little bit embarrassed by how shit of a job he did covering this.
Sure. I mean, I would push.
He's just kind of lashing out at Brit over that.
I mean, the pushback I'd give, just to be like charitable towards Lio, even
Why?
Predator Hunter Lio, fucking God help me.
Why?
Is, you know, well, because I think that fairness matters. Even like, and I've said this when I was covering him at the time. It's why, you know, Peaches wasn't able to get away with calling him an abuser with no fucking evidence. And I think also, I mean, from my perspective, I think it is important when you are doing content like this to be really clear about what people have actually done and what people are, I guess, being like attacked for, because you water down your own claims and you water down the line of attacks, which is what happened with Lily, and it's what happened with Jar if you don't. And that bothers me, because I'm sure at some point Lio is going to fuck up in the future. And if the sweep for Lio then, or his defense is, well, look at all these other times people have called him out for shit, like the Dreamer video, which is just like bollocks. Like, that doesn't help anybody who actually has these issues with Lio or sees these issues. It just provides Lio a defense, which I think is, you know, a bit shitty, even if it's non-intentional and it's kind of a crap situation. And I'd also say, I mean, like, yeah, he sets out his standards. I don't understand why Britt doesn't like just go, yeah, there's Ginger and she's a minor and she's on Tumblr and we've got the Tumblr logs. So I'd be interested to see if they're in that document, because maybe it could be a slip with Britt in the call, like feeling pressured, and there's a miscommunication. But yeah, I'd be interested in that. I think that's a worthwhile conversation. And one last thing,
of course,
if Britt could explain whether she went to Opal, and if not, why not?
Yeah,
because I'd be really interested to know what fucking happened there, because that seems weird that this wasn't included in Opal's video.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think again, Opal's video is primarily just about Stockholm.
Sure, but this is like huge fucking evidence around Stockholm for like Lily's stuff. So I'm not sure why. I would be interested, because is it a case where like
so Britt is saying Britt is saying she didn't know about Opal, was never told who Opal was, or was never told Opal was making a video. So she didn't know that video was being made at all.
That's in the call. That's in the call.
Okay.
Lio directs her specifically to Opal in this call.
Okay.
So that's just, yeah.
So that's all I'm saying is I'm being told that, like, you know, Britt told me that she never was told who Opal was.
Well, I'm happy to accept Britt forgets that, but like Lio does that in this call. Like he just says it down the hall. I've got a kid making a video. I think we've just gone past the bit where it's like, and he says this at the end of the call as well.
Then I think maybe Lio needs to release the call. Like, maybe Lio should just release the full call so we could all listen to it.
Oh, I'm putting this out tomorrow. I'm putting this out tomorrow.
You're putting this out, or are you putting the actual call?
Yeah,
itself?
It's cool. The call is out. Yeah. I'll put it out because I spoke to Malcolm, and Malcolm was like, "Can I go over?" I was like, "Of course you can."
Okay,
just
fantastic.
Let me because people have asked me about it. So yeah. So yeah, you can have the call.
Fantastic.
I'm absolutely fine with that. I'm gonna put it on my secondary channel.
Can you drop me the link to that? I know it's unlisted right now, but can you drop me the link?
I'm gonna re-upload it because I don't want to give a link back to this specific one, but I'll put it on with a bit more like fuck it. I'll put it on with the dinosaurs. I'll put the dinosaur video in.
Yeah, because from my end, you know, if Britt was never told about Opal's channel, then I would say that it's not fair to hold Britt accountable for not going to Opal if she's never told about that.
I completely agree, but it is in the call. But like, yeah. No. The way I work is very simple. I've did this with the jar call that Mally had with him, and I've done it with a couple of other calls. I'll cover it first, just so I can go over it, generally get a bit of content out of stuff. But yeah. I'll drop you a link the same as I dropped Malcolm. I don't know whether I'll put it unlisted or listed. I haven't decided yet.
Yeah, absolutely. I would appreciate that. I would definitely appreciate that. That'll go a long way. I'm currently doing like a full like super stream like series on Lorch from beginning to end.
Yeah.
So that'll definitely be great.
If I wasn't putting the call out, I think that would be a thing to call me out over, because obviously then you'd only be able to listen to it with my fucking take and position, which would be incredibly shitty. But yeah, I'll get the call over to you. That's no problem.
Yeah.
and we'll get it out.
Also, like, just as a point of order, I mean, Opal's a pretty vague name. It's kind of a vague name to drop in a high pressure call and be like, why didn't you talk to Opal about the video? You know,
It's he gives a lot of context for it.
Okay, cool.
He does give a lot of context for it.
Well, I'm going to be super interested to listen to that. But yes, definitely send me the link. I can
should be either I should because let me go and put some visuals over it, and I'll get it out either tomorrow or Tuesday. Is that right?
Yeah, that's
depending on because I've got work later today. So
yeah, that's fine with me. I'm
I've
currently
got
off
shit
work
today.
right now. I'm moving in like a month or two, so I'm kind of like just waiting to go to my new office in my next state. So I'm currently just like streaming like crazy.
Yeah, no stress. I mean, this has been a fun convo. If you want to talk more about shit, let me know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I
am very chilled out and very approachable about stuff. Like, I'm very easy to one guy. If anyone's got questions,
I'm doing a full horror cow deep dive.
People aren't lying to me.
I'm doing a full horror cow deep dive on the My Little Pony freaks pretty soon. The other day, I actually ended up covering the that guy who married the Twilight Sparkle plushie. Do you remember that guy?
Yes. And he got fucking so mad on Reddit. He was like, you need to stop saying that you're married to Twilight because I'm married to her and you're violating the sanctity of our marriage. It was fucking amazing. Yeah, like if you ever look at it, oh dude, if you look at Toon Critic, let me know, because Toon Critic stuff's like I'm obsessed. Toon Critic is like the first.
Oh, later this week we're doing JSonic. We're doing the guy who fucked the Tonic plushie. We're doing that guy. That'll be fun.
Yeah. There's so much degeneracy. It's great. I love Brony content. It's fucking a never-ending smorgasbord of fucking insanity. It's great.
Okay, so listen, I'm gonna admit I'm a little bit of a newbie to the art CC people. I live for horror cow content. Give me some like freak in Russia who worships Gadget from Rescue Rangers any day of the week.
Okay, let me finish with telling you one story from the ACC that came up recently, which is like will blow your mind. Okay, so there was a guy named Phagos who basically went to Chuli, Ponder, and Clown and said, "I'm being accused of sexual assault, but it's not true. I'm innocent," and they defended him.
Incredible.
He then comes to them. He then comes to them and says, actually, I did sexually assault them, and they have been arrested and killed themselves.
Incredible. I love the internet so much. I really do. It's a beautiful place. It was a mistake, but I love it.
It then comes out that none of these people existed. They were sock accounts created by Phagos to ghostlight random people like Pondo, Chuli, and Clown into believing that they'd caused a suicide for 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
For no reason.
We love
that. For no reason.
Are you familiar with the HIV Living drama? The HIV Living one was really fun. That was a fun time. Basically, this person was writing like a Hamilton fan fiction high school thing, and they made this whole elaborate backstory for themselves where they were like this Indian woman living with HIV as justification for their character. Yeah, I'll send you a video on it. It's pretty great. HIV Living is pretty great. You can crash out over that on your own stream. I think I've covered that before in a different avenue.
That sounds very fun.
I'm gonna send this to you right now. Actually, give me 1 second.
Yeah, base. I'll put a channel link in.
Yeah, I got a Strange Aeon video for you to watch.
Welcome back.
Oh god, stop yelling at me. Okay, so I'm sending this to you right now. You're gonna love this. That's you're gonna crash out when you see that. Point of order here. So I think at the end of the day, I just think that maybe a little bit more information should have been gathered before covering this particular topic. But
oh yeah, I'll admit to this being annoyance based and me not caring. Like again, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Is kind of my position. I think this is kind of dumb. So I wasn't like, okay, we need to know everything. I was like, okay, well, there's a claim about a call. There's a claim about some logs. I've got the logs and I've got the call, so we'll talk about it, and people can stop DMing.
Apparently, because like a lot of my happened yesterday as well, so that's fun for the internet.
Oh, dude. Well, listen. I hope this time they had more than a ball pit. Wait, did they get fucking what's it called? Like giraffe? Oh, like
steam powered giraffe.
like
No, I don't think they did.
Did they get Steam?
I can't imagine
That's
that Steam
brutal.
Powered Giraffe would have actually agreed to do it again.
Could you imagine? Yeah, this time will come, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah. I think that, you know, like I said, I think there should be a little bit more care given to this, especially because, you know, there are real people involved, you know. I try and express a little bit of empathy for Britt, you know, and the people there.
Sure.
So maybe a little bit more care
I
should have
don't
been put
disagree,
in.
but I think part of the problem with a lot of this is it's being forgotten which communities are interacting with which. We are a drama community. Like, commentary is drama. Like, once this starts getting thrown out into the public sphere, accusations getting made, and especially when I'm getting fucking DMs about it, it's like, there probably was a time for care and a chill out, but it was probably before this was being fucking thrown around in another creator's Discord. Like, by people acting like children. I think that you kind of pass that point. I'm very chain of ownership, and bro, if no one was coming and asking me about it, I wouldn't fucking care. I just want people to shut up.
Yeah.
Stop
Well,
being annoying.
I think that anyone involved in the ArtCC community probably has some sort of brainworm. But
yeah, cool.
Yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to actually take a look at the doc and maybe read through it and compare it to what Lio gave you.
Yeah, I'll have a look. And I do need to know when it was sent to Lio, and I do need to know what, like, I that would really fucking help me if I've got a message from Britt going, "Here's the fucking doc."
I mean, I'll see. I know that Britt is pretty reticent to reach out because she feels that you guys have already kind of made up your mind. But, you know.
Well, again, it's one of those, like, it's not. I don't know how much any of it really matters. It's on the grand scheme if the take is already Lio was bad at being a predator hunter. But also, I would say this just directly to Britt. Britt, from my perspective, and I think the perspective of pretty much most people, this doesn't matter because the main story is that Lily is a fucking nonce freak.
Yeah, nonce freak. I disavow any British slang used in this chat. We don't tolerate British people in this chat. So I disavow. But
fair enough. Pay your taxes.
I will never pay it. I would never pay a tax. Absolutely not. I'm a proud Texan. I don't pay taxes.
Okay, cool. Well, listen, this has been fun. I'm going to listen to the end of this call and have a cigarette so I can get out of the way. And I'll have a look at the doc, and if you want to reach out to me with more stuff,
smoke a pack of Sobrani Black Russians for me. They're my favorite cigarettes, and they don't sell them here in the States. And I haven't had one since I was in Europe, so please smoke an extra one for me.
Okay, I'll go and pick up a pack.
Thank you. I would appreciate that. But I do. My main criticism isn't even of you. I don't even have any criticisms of you here, other than I think that maybe you should have put a little bit more care into it. My criticisms are with Lio, because I think that Lio is lashing out at Britt because he's embarrassed that he was a terrible predator hunter.
I think okay. So I think a lot of people, like, so much of the stuff within the ACC and the drama around this stuff is also personally based. I don't necessarily disagree. I think Lio's annoyed not necessarily about being a shit predator hunter, but about having this stuff dug up. There we go. After so long, which I get that frustration. But I mean, surely the easiest thing is then, like, everyone shut up. Is that a fair take? If everyone shuts up, would that be good? And then you can kind of. I've worked on this space before.
If Lio would just leave Britt the fuck alone, I think that it would just die. You know.
Yeah, I mean, if it's one of those things where it's upsetting both of them, it's like, well, if Britt stops saying things and Lio stops saying things, then the fair criticism is the first one to say anything is the one that gets the criticism, right? Like, and I'm speaking, I'm just giving my opinion. I've got no idea if either of them would fucking agree with this. I've got no idea how angry Lio is. But, I mean, that would be my take. It's like, both of you shut the fuck up. Not in an aggressive way, but it's like, dude, it's like children separate, go and play in different sandpits. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, just Lio needs to stop bullying random people online for clout, but that's my only take. Just go back to playing with your Bionicles, buddy.
He would be deeply offended if you said that you say Bionicles. He doesn't like Lego because he is lame.
Okay,
Lego's
well,
great.
let's be honest. Okay, the only good Bionicles were pre-Lego. Let's be real. But There we go.
Hold on. No. Listen. Bionicle. No, I'm actually fucking with you. Right, okay, listen, I'm gonna get back to this.
Yeah,
It's been
I'm gonna
fun.
get back to my
I'll, maybe chat
Lorch
to you in the
mega
future.
stream. We'll chat later. Have a lovely day. And watch that HIV living thing. I'm telling you, it's insane.
Based. Okay, peace. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Laters.
Oh my god. Okay, so let's see what he says. We're gonna stream snipe.
Laters.
Bye-bye. We're gonna stream snipe now.
Okay.
I tried to be generous.
That was pleasant. Love a pleasant call.
I try to be pleasant to the people I talk to,
Listen,
no matter what.
I miss super chats. Listen, guys, we're being very reasonable today, okay?
The Lio kittens are mad.
Right,
The
okay.
Lio kittens are really mad in the chat, and
Potato,
Beckett's not,
everyone shut up.
so...
There's an anime called Night of the Living Cat, and it's just a short zombie apocalypse film, but instead of undead, it's cats. Please send that to me, Potato.
So the Lio, I was very, very fat. I was very fair, and I was doing, I was doing my little read method here. But the Lio kittens in the chat are very, very, very mad. They're crashing out, and the non-Lio kittens who are just Beckett fans are also crashing out. So the non-Lio, the Beckett fans in the chat are being like, Seska's cool, but the Lio kittens in the chat are fucking crashing out, and it's really funny. Good, fuck them. No, if you're a Lio mole, you're welcome here because I will just make fun of you. Listen, in Malcolm's server, I have to be nice to you, at least a little bit. In my server or in my chat, I'm just gonna make fun of you. I don't know. I got a couple. I got Jerbear. I don't do this for the subs. I do this for attention. Did the combo go well? How do you guys feel? Yeah, let me draw my server again. Hold on. I mostly use it for Final Fantasy shit. I'm gonna go back to my camera focus here. We're gonna talk in the chat. Okay.
Seska's back. Seska.
Oh my god, Seska's back.
How do
Seska, you came back? Wow, I summoned her, guys. Isn't this crazy?
How do we feel that went?
To summon her.
How do we feel that
We
went?
weren't
That was
paying
fucking
attention, we'll be
Christ. That was
honest. We
insane.
weren't fucking watching.
Beckett was just
I
a
was
lying
like,
liar who
somewhat
lies.
Yeah, he was sweeping
Seska,
for
did you
liars.
approach Beckett or did Beckett approach you?
Beckett actually approached. I made a comment in my stream saying like, "Hey, Beckett, you're looking at the wrong information." Beckett gave me a call.
Yeah.
So I did it
Bro,
again.
who-
I accidentally posted the link to this actual chat here. Be nice to me. Stop yelling at me.
These fucking.
I don't have
these
any
guys
thoughts
will
on
just
chat.
talk to anyone.
Fuck it. Fuck it. No, listen. I'm happy to talk with anybody. I'll talk with anybody,
Oh,
and I'm
hey,
glad
Soggy.
that he actually took the
Hey,
time to
Soggy.
talk to me. I'm a tiny channel, and that makes me happy.
So
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
I just make a
why
stream
you-
tomorrow and I have like just one viewer where I say something about Beckett, am I gonna get a call from him?
Maybe.
Does he
I
just
don't
talk
know.
to anyone?
Apparently.
To be fair, I think it was because Milena reached out and was like, "Hey, Seska wants to talk to you about it." I had
No
a little
way.
bit. I had a little bit of clout here also because I actually had Britt on the line being like, "Hey, Lio's lying, being a lying liar who lies." And I think that's
And we got evidence.
and we have evidence. Yeah, actually, literally. I really do hope he buys a pack of those cigarettes that I like. I would be very happy if he did that.
He's already smoking the Kent cigarettes.
The Kent
He's
cigarettes with the
smoking
micronite
whole pack
filter.
at once.
Yes.
I
Has
don't.
to be.
I don't
Like,
hate anybody.
Every single.
I'm gonna be real. I don't hate anybody except for Lorch. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait, guys. Actually, I actually do have to go. Hold up.
Hold on.
Hey.
A couple of the
Okay.
people in the call or in Beckett's chat were like, "I like this Seska girl. She seems cool," which made me very happy.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's
Hey.
amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
Hey.
It's because you're so based.
It's because I'm very based and
Yeah.
funny and like little tattletale. No, to be fair, I think that he's
Fucking little telltale rat.
no, I think that he's
Yeah.
I just think that he doesn't know the full situation, and I think he's going off of what Lio's told him specifically.
It's because it's Lio is
That's very
basically
dangerous.
spoon feeding and like hand feeding this information. He is picking and choosing this information and barely feeding enough of it to his inner circle so he can control the narrative and control the scene. Because if he has control over these people, none of them will go after him or question his validity.
Okay, we have a Beckett chatter in the chat. Grunty Skim says they rate me certified chiller. Thank you.
That story's true, is it, Carl?
Thank you so much. I knew I was eating them up. Wait, where's my New York thing? Hold on, I gotta find it. I've gotta find it. I know I have it somewhere.
Where's your girl?
Where's my girl New York? I need her. Oh god, where is it? Where is it? Ah! I think it's this one.
I'm not shocked that I won. I'm not surprised.
That's not it.
I'm not shocked that I won. I'm not surprised.
That's not the one. That's not the one that I wanted. I wasn't winning.
Hit it.
You failed.
No, I lost it. Did I lose my amazing New York
We're
soundbite?
at 40 viewers. Welcome, everybody.
Hello, yeah, thank you.
Oh my god,
Zaki.
so fun.
Welcome back.
Zaki, you're back.
Grunty, you're
Hell
welcome.
yeah.
You're welcome in the chat. You're welcome here. I have no problem with Beckett's community, really. I just think that Beckett was not fully aware of what was going on with Lio, and I think that Lio is... I really do truly think that Lio is lashing out at you, Britt, because he's embarrassed that he was a bad predator hunter, and he's trying to shift the blame onto somebody else.
Yeah, I feel like the frustration that we're all feeling is more disappointment on Beckett that he didn't do the research before doing a video on all of this shit.
Yeah.
And just
We were
took
rooting
Lio's
for
word.
you. We were all rooting for you.
We were rooting for
Like,
you,
didn't even
Beckett.
bother
I lied.
reaching out.
I have since the very beginning.
Yeah.
I love. We were rooting for you. I wasn't. We were all rooting for you. I just said I wasn't. Please don't speak for me.
I was.
We were ready.
I was rooting for you.
Oh, so it was started by
Courtney.
Courtney.
How dare you? Learn something from
I'm
this.
gonna press X.
Yeah, and I don't like the
to
whole...
go.
I don't like the whole sitting on the call shit. I don't like people who sit on evidence until it's convenient for them. I don't like that. I think that's bad.
Yeah,
And
like,
that's
sit
just
on
my
these
opinion.
nuts.
Sit on these nuts.
Dummy.
Sit on these nuts.
Recording the
I'm-
call without Britt's permission is fucking snake shit, by the way. Like, oh
That's
my god.
diabolical behavior,
It's
bro.
normal for these fucking people, though.
I never
It
root for
is
British
normal,
people.
but
That's
it
fair.
shouldn't be.
You should
One
never.
thing I noticed too.
You should
One thing I
never
noticed
root
too
for
was
British
Beckett
people.
said this a while ago. Beckett said this in a stream a while ago. He says recording the call is a safety measure. It's to protect themselves.
Listen,
Not
I
if you live in a two-party consent state. It's not.
I
It's
think that if
illegal.
you're
Get their
gonna
blackmail somehow.
I think if you're gonna record a call, you should probably let somebody know. Hi, Jasmine. You should probably let somebody know. I know I could have probably handled it a little bit better. Oh, thank you, Awa. But I'm new to this. Be nice to me. Don't yell at me.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
You did pretty
I on my YouTube channel, I do a thing called Tea Time with Friends, where before I even click record, I ask your permission days in advance. Hey, do you want to do this call? And I record it, and then we call and kiki and haha about stuff. If you say yes, then that's cool. We set up a date. The day we do it, right before I hit record, I re-ask you again, just so that way you know it's being recorded. I live in a one-party consent state. I don't have to tell you shit. I do it as a courtesy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that you should just
Yeah.
maybe drop a little tea and be like, hey, I'm gonna record this just so you know.
Yeah, especially if you aren't even aware of your own state's laws on consent and
Yeah.
filming.
That being said, I don't apologize. I've never done anything wrong in my life. I've never done anything said anything incorrect. I've never been wrong once ever in the history.
Exactly.
Yeah, in the history of the world. I'm so true.
So true.
I don't
Yeah, so true.
apologize because
So
I
true,
never make,
bestie.
I
I was listening while
mistakes.
cleaning in the kitchen, and there were multiple times where I almost dropped a couple dishes because I was like, "Excuse me, hello."
Yeah, I think Beckett's issue here,
Jasmine.
aside from the fact that he's like sweeping for Lio a little bit, I do think that it's very weird that he's giving Lio so much grace.
Definitely.
It's
Really clinging too.
Grunty's makes a very good point here. The Beckett chatter, Grunty, makes a very good point here, which is it's very weird that he was giving Lio so much grace, considering earlier in the stream he was in there with Chris going the fuck off on Lio for ruining everything he touched. I don't understand the weird charitability that he's giving Lio. I don't understand the weird charitability that Lio is giving Lily. I think that this weird level of charitability and like just sidestepping a lot of these problems is what's leading to all of these issues in the fucking chat. Yeah.
I think the biggest issue I have is that it's not universal. Like, it's weirdly being charitable.
It's being charitable to people that you're friendly with. It's being charitable to
Gilded,
people.
and then
yeah.
Yeah, and not
bro
being
code.
charitable to people that haven't actually done anything.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is so weird.
I was
what it
hoping.
reminds me of? It reminds me of
okay. Sorry, now that I'm kind of calming down and my brain is leaking out my ears, like what really tripped me up with that call was that was right when I found Lily's E621 account, and I'm thinking, okay, this is something more solid, and it backs up all the Stockholm stuff and the weird stuff that she posts on her Tumblr in public for minors to see, and this, that, and the other. So like at that point, I'm thinking, okay, I have something real here. I have something conclusive. So I'm bringing this to Lio. I don't know what he thought I was asking. I was just asking for awareness. I wasn't expecting him to go any legal routes for me or anything like that. My whole thing with people on the internet has literally just been warning people about how dangerous Lily is in ways that I can. And the only way to really do that is spreading awareness.
Yeah.
So like I'm bringing this stuff to Leo, and I start the call with the most damning thing that I have is that I have Lily's porn account that's full of lolly and Shota stuff, and he immediately hits me with, "Oh, that doesn't matter. She could weasel out of it. That this, that, and the other." He had already pretty much downplayed the Stockholm situation as it just being fiction. That didn't matter. So by the time he gets to, is there a child victim? After he's already made it clear outside the call that he only considers quote unquote child victims to be someone in a DM one-on-one with her as opposed to any public interactions. At that point I was like, okay, like on top of being stressed out and nervous and anxious, it was like I don't have the one thing that he's seems to be looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally get
So
where you're
like
coming
at that
from.
point I was just like froze up, and I was like, what do I say at this point? He's already brushed off everything that I have that I would consider damning in this situation.
Yeah,
And he's not
absolutely.
letting me go into how this all connects together and why it's important.
I totally
So
feel
that
you.
answers the question earlier when Beckett was harping on, like, well, she said in the call that there were not any child victims involved when we had like the case with gender, but it was public and not like in a private DM, so Lio would not have counted it. So that's why
Yeah.
she said no. There was no minors involved as far as she was aware.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just like, is it not enough, especially since we're just drama slop streamers and Lio Convoy's a joke if he thinks he's an actual predator hunter. Is it not enough for us to just be like, that's some freak shit and then move on? Is it not enough to just call it out as freak shit and then move on? Do we need to have shit that's like provable in a court of law in order to go live on YouTube? I don't think so.
Like, how much of this shit do we have to see in order for us to be like, okay, like now we can finally say something?
Yeah, I think at a certain point, yeah. Why do we need? We don't need.
Big does
We're
the
not the
paper trail
police.
have to be until you have enough to use to call them out to get them in, like, locked up? How much do
Yeah.
you fucking need?
Do we have to wait until someone has actually been hurt?
We're not the police.
Yes.
We don't need to sit here and hand wring about evidence and about, well, not about evidence, but not about like provable in a court of law evidence. We don't need to worry about that because we're just going live on YouTube and saying, hey, I think it's at a certain point we can just be like, hey, this is some freak shit, and move on with our day.
Yeah.
I gotta be in the room with a camera and a friend with my lion mask on, visibly witnessing the assault taking place, or else it didn't happen.
I gotta be at my desk taking notes and like filming it.
Yeah, Grunty.
Yeah, no.
I gotta be in the corner of the room in the cuck chair while filming it.
And it
In
has
the
to be in
executive,
4K.
the executive cock chair specifically.
The executive
No
cuck
less
chair.
than 4K.
Can someone please make a Photoshop of Lyle Convoy sitting in the cuck chair in a Best Western, please?
Oh my god, somebody's gonna draw that just because you said that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, there is more lorch shit that I really want to go through. But we're gonna do that tomorrow because it is now 9:30 at night. I have not done any of my dailies on World of Warcraft.
How long did you stream?
I have been streaming for about 12 hours.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I've been streaming for about 12 hours today. Grunty, if you don't follow me right now, I'm gonna attack you with a hammer. Please, right now. I need you in my chat all the time.
That is a
Time
very
flies
powerful
when you're
comment
having
right
fun.
there.
I'm gonna attack you with a hammer if you don't call me immediately. Or not call me, if you don't follow me. What?
I randomly got the iCarly theme song stuck in my head towards the end of this stream.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
That's it.
Don't worry. I'll be streaming again. Thank you, Grunty. I appreciate the follow. I didn't get a little notification of it, which means you didn't really do it, but it's okay. It's fine. I understand. I'm trying to get to 500 so I can start getting super chats and shit.
Yeah.
I want
Oh my
some.
God.
Give me a little money, please. I want money. Thank you. Give me money.
Yeah.
I want some.
I'll be your first
And don't
member.
forget to like, share, and subscribe for the stream.
Yes, thank you so much. If there's
Like,
currently
share,
30 people in the
subscribe,
chat.
tell your friends, tell everyone.
There's currently 30 people in the chat, and if you could all thumbs up the chat or thumbs up the channel, that would be
33.
amazing. Thumbs up the video. That would be super great. I will be crashing out again tomorrow, and we will be doing a JSonic stream later. We're gonna do some quality.
Let me know when you
horror.
do that. I'll
Yeah.
join you for it.
Oh no! We are going to be doing some quality horror cow content later this week. I'm super
Remember not
excited.
to tip your waitress.
Yeah. Can I get myself over real quick? Can I go into business for myself real quick?
Sure.
This is, we don't have to do this week, but because I'm an attention-seeking whore, who wants everyone to look at my shit, would it be on the table for like a palate cleanser stream where we like read my fan fiction or something?
That depends.
Oh, that would be
Is your
fun.
fan fiction a I was sold to One Direction Wattpad fan fiction?
No,
I'm interested
it's like a I want to take myself seriously. It's like Ninja Turtle stuff.
So you
and
wrote Stockholm.
It's like
okay.
No.
No,
Listen,
Scourge.
I did not.
How do
I did
donate
not
to
write
Heather?
Stockholm. The last thing I want to be associated with in the Ninja Turtles community is with the T-Cest shippers. That's the last thing I want to be associated with those people.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
I will be again. I will
Imagine
be
the Scourge, this sinister looking.
I will be kitten sitting. I will be kitten sitting for Malcolm later this week. There is a Hamilton AIDS fanfic that we need to read, which is going to be really fun.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh my god.
How do I donate to stream?
I don't have an ability to take donations yet. I don't. I need to get to 500 subscribers before I can take donations.
Yeah, just put your
donors,
Cash App QR code on the screen.
Yeah, the little donors that you see down here, those are actually from when I was on Twitch. I am a Twitch partner from when I was doing gaming streams pretty regularly, but I don't stream on Twitch anymore because I think it's cringe.
Real.
Yeah.
But
Thanks,
you know,
Hassan.
this was probably the biggest
Jeff
donation I ever
Bezos.
got when I was on Twitch, which was a very fun time. little 471 thing. I need to provide some context on how the HIV living story has gotten twisted in retellings.
Oh, no.
I don't need it to be twisted in retellings because I was there when it went live. I was following that account. I remember when it happened.
Oh my
Okay?
God.
I was there. You don't cite the ancient magic to me, witch. I was there when it was written. Okay?
I am only familiar with the Strange Aeons video about that whole situation, and I was like half listening to it.
Yeah.
I love her.
I was following.
I saw I saw the clip of her fighting Muppet Joker at DashCon 2.
Yeah. There's also a really, really great one that I want to cover eventually that's super fun. About the Sonic the Hedgehog RP, like Sonic, anti-SGW Sonic account that I really want to follow. Because that was a really fun time.
Yes.
That was a super fun time on Tumblr. Despair Cometa. Oh my god, Despair Cometa. No, don't cite the ancient magic to witch. Don't cite the ancient magic to me, witch. I was there when it was written.
We need to get that clip, that audio clip.
Wait, which one?
Don't cite the ancient magics.
Yeah, don't cite the ancient magics to me, witch. I was there when it was written.
We need to put it on a soundboard.
Yeah.
We do.
Pagan Blur drama goes crazy. There was the chick on Tumblr who was selling bones. That's also a really fun time.
I remember that.
I remember Bone Lady.
Culture.
Yeah, culture.
I love
yeah.
that.
Wasn't it from like the oh my god.
It was from the Louisiana graveyards.
What university?
It was from graveyards in Louisiana.
Yeah. And it was like in cahoots with this one university.
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't the Down with Sis Bus have a sequel? Yeah, that person's fucking insane. That was a great time. We have some real deep lore that we're going to be getting into. So please remember to like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications for when I go live. And I'm super, super ready. We will be talking later. Human pet guy.
We need to do human pet guy.
Everyone shut the fuck up. A woman is speaking. Human pet guy followed me on Twitter for the longest time.
Wow.
And was like liking and interacting with my shit. Hold on, my headset's about to die. I have to switch back to these ones. Okay.
No!
Yeah, hold on. No, we're cooking. Hold on, chat.
No, don't you dare bring up Mr. Hands. How?
Don't cite the ancient magics to me, witch.
No!
I was there when it was written. We're saved. I have my other headset on. This is why I have it back up. Okay. Yeah, we can do a Mrs. Scribe too as well. We're gonna have a lot of fun here. And again, I would like to do an extra big shout out.
Please, no.
I would like to do an extra big shout out right now before I close the stream out to PM Radio and to Hella for making me these amazing fan arts today that you see on the stream. If you would like to draw fan art of me instead of donating, I would totally appreciate that. Since I can't take donations, I always love fan art. I cry with happiness every single time I get one. You can also follow me on Blue Sky, which is seska.bluesky.social. I would also like to point out that my name on Blue Sky right now is Gape Newell. And my banner picture is currently we're actually gonna take a look at my
I'm unsubscribing.
We're gonna take a look at my cursed. We're gonna take a look at my cursed Blue Sky account right now. As you can see, it's Gape Newell. It's also my banner picture is a picture of Rachel Dolezal's face photoshopped into 9/11. Fun fact: this was also the banner profile for my very high-powered corporate job that I had, and no one ever called me out on it. I love Rachel Dolezal. I think she's hilarious. I love Rachel Dolezal. Yeah, but keep in mind, if you follow me on Blue Sky, I post not safe for work shit all the fucking time. Because I'm a fucking degenerate gooner. I'm so sorry. Don't follow me if you're under 18. I will block you and kill you with a hammer.
Grunty is Spitting facts, that is a powerful handle.
I don't have to be under 18 to not follow you.
Thank you. Yeah, okay. Everyone meet that energy. Yeah, follow me here. I'm gonna be posting a lot of shit. I post a lot of nonsense here. I also have a Twitter, but I don't really post on Twitter all that much. This is a strong message. Yeah, this is a message. Thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful rest of your night. And we are, let me pull up some tunes here for you guys to fade out to really quickly.
Remember not to tip your waitress.
Remember to tip your waitress.
Read my book!
Read my book. That's right. Read my book. I did write a book that you can read.
Read my comic.
I did write a book that you can read. It's not very well known. It didn't sell very much. It's called the Bible.
So true.
All right, you guys have a great rest of your day,
I think
okay?
I heard of it.
My comic.